we're going to have to bring our A game, quote unquote, on both ends of the floor.
מזרחי מוצא את פרקינס שעולה, פוגע.
Well, my goal is always to win the championship, and we put ourselves in a good situation to win it.
I don't want it to come down to a last-second shot, though.
Last ball. Who's going to take, Doron or you?
I guess whoever had a hot hand.
Good evening, everyone. A historic evening here tonight in Tel Aviv. It's championship game night. The 55th season of Israeli basketball comes to its climax this evening with Maccabi Tel Aviv against Maccabi Haifa. Good evening, everyone. Aaron Heller along with Simi Rieger welcoming you to the Nokia Arena here in Yad Eliyahu, Tel Aviv. Maccabi Tel Aviv has won 47 of those previous championships. Tonight, Maccabi Haifa going for its first. Simi, a historic evening, and Haifa trying to add its name to the history books of Israeli basketball.
Yeah, it's historic because if the green the green color comes up on top, it's really history. They have a very good chance to win this game. A lot depends on the first 5 minutes of the game.
And we've been following this team all season long. Let's talk a little bit about how they got here all this season, and of course, the climax, that game we saw on Tuesday night, a great game against Jerusalem, which went down to the wire into overtime.
Well, basically, it's a defensive team, the Maccabi Haifa Heat team. They're an excellent defensive team because their guards play defense, and that's very unusual in Israel. Against the Jerusalem team on Tuesday night, they played 35 out of the 45 minutes, great basketball. They hit the threes. They did what they were supposed to do. They played excellent, excellent basketball.
And we're taking a look at some of those three-pointers that they had in the semifinal game. Mizrahi, Ben David, and Porat, all of them really big numbers for the Israelis.
Yeah, well, it's also because Jerusalem didn't have a defense. You see in the first half, Haifa Heat having exceptional percentage, 6 for 12 from 2, 11 for 15 from 3. The only bad thing was 8 for 16 from the foul line. And in the second half, it went the other way. They couldn't make a bricking all the time from the outside. Inside, a much better percentage. And they made 23 out of 27 foul shots. At money time, they made their foul shots.
And one of those players who was having trouble with his three-point shot was Malik Dixon, but he came up huge in the clutch for Haifa.
Yeah, well, Malik got smart. After bricking 6 shots, he started going to the basket because he's a good penetrator and he's an excellent foul shooter. And that's one of the things that made it good. He set them up by taking those jump shots, pump fake, 2 dribbles to the basket, either a bucket or a foul or both. And it was an excellent play at the end.
Malik Dixon, of course, famous for making that game-winning shot a year ago for Holon against Tel Aviv. He comes up big in the clutch, but the guy who really has been the go-to man all season long for Tel Aviv has been their leader, Doron Perkins, an assist short of a triple-double. He had a huge game on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, Doron lifted his game to heights that we don't remember very much in this stadium. He plays the defense. He plays the offense. He didn't get the calls for him when he went to the basket, but he made the shots anyway. Or, he did everything. He shut his man down. He took people out of the game. It was a pleasure to watch a kid play that well.
Bottom line, though, after this season, we've seen Haifa. We've seen their ups. We've seen their downs. Tonight, it comes down to this. Tel Aviv is not the same team it's been over all the years. They still have to be considered the favorites. What are Haifa's chances tonight to pull up the offset?
Well, Haifa has to control the tempo of the game. If it's a running game, it's in the favor of Tel Aviv. It's a slow-down game. It's in favor of the Haifa Heat. One of the major advantages, in my opinion, that the Haifa Heat is the management. A little bit before, they showed you the owner, Jeff Rosen, who's an excellent, excellent owner. He doesn't stick his nose into places. It's not the man with the money makes all the decisions. He lets the people that are supposed to do it. He's a very positive person, and that adds on in the locker room to the team and to the people coming together.
We saw moments ago the highlights from the last time these two teams locked horns. Tel Aviv losing up in Haifa to the Haifa team, so they have done it before. They can do it. You see the numbers over there. Tonight, if they can pull it off, they make history. Let's take a look at those season stats over there. Tel Aviv, the best offense in the league. Haifa, the best defense in the league.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. That's what I was talking about before. It depends on who's going to control the tempo. Haifa Heat have to hold the team from Tel Aviv to one shot. That's a very, very important part of the game.
They split the season series one apiece tonight, the rubber match. Whoever wins it goes home with the gold plate, the Israeli championship. Stay tuned. Championship game next.
You look very calm. Is it your experience, confidence, personal character?
Well, I think the last thing that you want to be coming into a championship game is nervous. So I'm trying to think about all the relaxing things I can to relax me before this big game tonight.
When you look at the basket over there, what are the vibes that you are getting?
You just made me realize that that's even the basket. I mean, I'm not trying to think about last year, because last year was last year. We won the championship. Now I have a job to do with another team today, and hopefully we can win it.
What's the most important thing to do against Maccabi to win here?
I think play tough defense first, and hopefully we can get out and get some running opportunities like yesterday against Jerusalem. And basically, I think it's defense, rebound, and create easy opportunities for yourself, because they're a team that likes to play, easy, finesse. They got a lot of talent over there. And so you can't come relaxed and easy like them. You got to come aggressive and, put the pressure on them.
Are you going to be back-to-back champion here in Israel?
I sure hope so.
Thank you very much.
That was your national anthem. Previously, you heard Malik Dixon. I'm Aaron Heller, along with Simi Rieger. An electric environment, atmosphere here in Tel Aviv. A packed Nokia Arena, 11,000 strong. Simi, this is what it all comes down to tonight, championship game in Israel.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. There's been a big build-up. You got to give a lot of credit to the newspapers and the TV and the radio. They've been going over whatever anybody's eaten, how many times they burped, and what goes on. It's an amazing event here. The Haifa Heat have captured the love of this country. Everybody except for the Maccabi Tel Aviv fans want them to win. You always love the underdog.
And Maccabi Haifa capturing more than that, Simi, tonight going into it, would cap the greatest season in their history, getting to the final game of the Cup Championship. Before this game, we are notified the Coach of the Year award has been awarded to Avi Ashkenazi. The MVP of the league is Deron Perkins. All that's missing right now, Simi, is that title.
Yeah, I'm sure those two would give back everything they got just to get that title. You want to have a team, you want to play well, you want to do the things. But the most important thing tonight is the tempo of the game, the defensive rebounding, hold the Maccabi Tel Aviv team to one shot. defensive transition, not letting Arroyo get off and run. It's very, very important that the Haifa Heat control the tempo.
This Final Four has been a real nail-biter. Of course, Haifa getting here by winning in overtime. Tel Aviv winning by 2, went down the wire. And just to get you up to speed to how it's been earlier today as well, the game for 3rd, 4th place, also a nail-biter. Galil Elyon beating Jerusalem 101 to 96. 6 players in double figures led by Brian Roberts, 18. So they are the number 3 team. We'll be playing in Europe next year. And tonight, we will find out here at the main event who's number 1 and who is number 2. Tel Aviv has won 47 of these titles before. Haifa none tonight, hoping to make history. We are moments away from the opening tip.
The referees are Sefi Shemesh.
Sefi Shemesh, one of your favorites.
Ari Reinish. And Sami Bachar.
There you go.
No, there you don't go. We don't want Sami Bachar to be reffing this game. He has been in more controversy when it comes to Maccabi Tel Aviv than any other ref in the league, and that's a shame.
Well, let's get you up to speed, first of all, on Deron Perkins before this night's event. A ceremony here at the center court. He is awarded the trophy of MVP. His season numbers, 15.8 points, 5.3 rebounds, 5.6 assists, and he has raised those numbers considerably in the postseason. Now we take a look at our starting lineups, and for Maccabi Haifa, it is the starting lineup that they've been going with this entire playoff. Perkins, Ben David in the backcourt, Mizrahi and Jefferson at the forward positions, and Big Brooks Sales at center. Maccabi Tel Aviv going with Arroyo, Eliyahu, Borstein, Caspi, and Dor Fisher. Simi, what do you think about that starting lineup?
Well, you know, one of the great things about what we've done so far here this year is we've taught the country a guy like Deron Perkins doesn't have to be the high scorer. He doesn't have to get 25 a game. You know, all he has to do is make people better than him. Has to lock down his player and to win a lot of games that they shouldn't have won. Maccabi Haifa has won a lot of games that nobody thought they would be in, including the Maccabi Tel Aviv game less than a month ago.
You see the referees there, Sami Bachar, Sefi Shemesh, Yari Reinish. And speaking of Deron Perkins, we talked about him in the postseason. I mean, he was awarded the MVP for his play in the regular season. But in the postseason, 19.2 points a game, 10.3 rebounds, picks it up. And Brooks Sales comes over here, giving us the high five for the last time this season. It's been his tradition. We've enjoyed having him as part of our broadcast all season long. And he needs to go out there and give a solid performance tonight, too.
Yeah, well, Brooks took a shot in the leg before, in his ankle before the game. So he actually feels no pain, but he has a problem with his ankle, and we hope that it doesn't wear off before the middle of the game.
And then you see over there the newly crowned Coach of the Year. And there you see some of these fans here at this packed Nokia Arena, sold out, standing room only. It is quite an atmosphere here. Really only get this feeling once a year, and we are very pleased to be a part of it. And so happy that you all who've been watching us all season long on TriangleInternet.tv are with us this evening in the main event of our season.
You see a lot of pumped up players. I mean, you got a lot of energy up here. You got a lot of testosterone up here. You got people in the stands freaking out, yelling their songs of the teams and one or the other, and it's really a great atmosphere.
And championship game is underway. Tel Aviv gets the ball. Carlos Arroyo, former NBA star, leading for Maccabi. They had a rough game against Galil in the semis, holding on to a nail-biter, 72-70. But they still have to be considered the favorites through everything they've been through. Dor Fisher from the corner comes up short. Jefferson with the ball.
Short, that's called an air ball.
Mizrahi comes out with a three. No good.
All right.
He needs to get started early. Had a great start in the semifinals. Hit his first 3 three-pointers, starting that three-point barrage for Haifa in the first half. Eliyahu down to Fisher, throws it down hard, and the storms of yellow fans.
Well, what happened was the switch out didn't come fast enough. The rotation on the backside wasn't quick enough, and that's how you get dunked on.
MVP Deron Perkins pulls up for 3. That's an air ball too.
That's not a comfortable shot. You can get that shot 15 seconds later.
Tal Borstein, a veteran of Tel Aviv, in the starting lineup instead of Marcus Brown, who's been starting most of this season. And the foul will be called on Deron Perkins. He was guarding Leo Eliyahu. That's quite a mismatch down low.
But that was on a defensive transition. He's basically guarding Tal Borstein. You got the matchups of Benda on Carlos Arroyo. You got, bad pass.
Miscommunication between the two big Israelis. You see Eliyahu
You have
throwing it away.
Devon Jefferson on Leo Eliyahu, Moshe Mizrahi on Caspi, and you have Sales on Fisher.
And that's a matchup you think they should go to, Jefferson on Eliyahu. They actually have Caspi on him right now because about a month ago in Haifa, Devon Jefferson took Eliyahu to school and really just abused him early on. Jefferson pulls up there.
Yeah, but we said that the shots aren't what we should be shooting.
Sales. Jefferson throws down that tomahawk jam.
The shots aren't what we're shooting. We're shooting jump shots. We've been taking it to the hole.
Sales got the rebound, takes the shot, and Jefferson came in and put it down for the flush.
Hey,
and a
what
rejection.
a block! What a block!
Stuffing it to Eliyahu, saying, not here, kid.
Not in my gym.
Perkins put the move underneath.
And he uses his body as a shield. And we got the crying already from the Maccabi players. Tal Borstein makes a foul on Perkins.
And the argument comes in from Caspi, trying their psychological ploys already to these refs. As you take a look again there at Devon Jefferson cleaning up the trash. Perkins goes to the line. Got off to a rough start last game, 2 for 8, and then hit 10 in a row in money time when they needed it most. When they went through that 23-0 slump against Jerusalem, it was the free throw line that got them back. 2 for 2 from the charity stripe tonight for Perkins.
I don't think there's a lot of love lost between these two clubs.
They came out here focused. We saw them in warm-up, talk to players in Maccabi Haifa. They are very, very focused. They've got the fans behind them here. They've got the coach of the league, the MVP, all the momentum right now, and trying to capitalize on that early. Ben David there on the foul on Leo Eliyahu. The mismatch came there on the defensive adjustment, and that's the second foul on the Heat. Caspi working on Mizrahi. There is Arroyo, the $2.5 million man. Tough fadeaway, got it. Big time player, big time shot.
You know, Bender did a good job on him, made a nice shot.
And Arroyo really looked zoned in tonight. Looked a little lackluster in that semifinal game. Only scored 9 points. But tonight, he seems to come out with a real sense of purpose, knowing this is the big time. Jefferson pulls up, drills it.
He looked in Leo Eliyahu's eyes and shot it right in his face. Nothing but net.
Arroyo pulling up for another tough shot. This one hits the rim. Fisher on the rebound. And there'll be a foul before.
Perkins, that's his second.
Number 2.
Well, yeah, that's Sammy Bakar. That's Sammy Bakar.
Calling the foul on Perkins against his former teammate, Dior Fisher. They played a year ago together in Brie, Belgium. But that is ancient history right now. And Avi Ashkenazi,
I told you before the game, Sami Bakar's a problem.
And the first big decision for Avi Ashkenazi with Perkins and 2 fouls. And looks like he's going to go to the bench to Malik Dixon. And that is a big, big blow for Haifa.
Yeah, especially not just offensively, defensively.
Perkins out to Mizrahi. Benda. Benda making his move to the hole. Nice. And they're going to call a foul. Haifa wanted goaltending, but they're not going to get it. Dixon in for Perkins, who will take an early breather. 3.5 minutes into this game. And that is not what Avi Ashkenazi wanted. But if I may, Simi, to point in here, one of my favorite players on this team, Amit Ben-David. This guy has done it all this year. When Perkins was injured, he stepped in there. Now, accompanying him in the starting lineup, just a solid player.
Yeah, he really complements the rest of the team. Both of them can switch off. Each one can play the one, and they can also play the two. He's a great kid. He plays tough defense, and he's a teammate.
Only averages 5 points a game, but you know what? Got his season high 2 nights ago in the semis with 11 points. Fisher there, sporting those goggles. Many of these players going to be leaving the country shortly after the final. Nadir Fisher has a restraining order against him here because of a fight he got into earlier this year. Police want him to testify, so he'll be staying here a little bit after the final. Tonight, all about basketball for him.
Yep, you know, he got into, well, he was at a bar 4 o'clock in the morning, got his face cut up, started up.
Malik Dixon into the game now, playing for Haifa, getting an early entry to the game, of course. Famous here in Israel for that big shot last year when he was with Cologne. Arroyo comes up short, no call, Haifa ball.
Nobody touched him. He tripped.
Malik Dixon will be heading back to Chicago after this game, back to his hometown for the offseason. A veteran of Europe, says his favorite place to play is right here in Israel. And he's working there. Out to DJ, gonna work on Caspi. To the hole, strong move.
Oh!
Can't get the finish.
Good move, good take.
Here comes Arroyo, killer crossover to the hole, misses the layup. He broke Benda's ankles right there, but here Benda comes back.
He really put him to bed, you know. Well, you got lucky.
Haifa with a 2-point lead. Dixon penetrating, finds Benda.
6,
and it is tight.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Moshe.
Money! Money!
Moshe with the nice penetration, drops that one in there. And Haifa up 10-6. Nice adjustment there by Moshe Simi. Usually he likes to pull up from 3. That time, pulled up his dribble, went to the hole. Caspi with a
Nice
tough
shot
move.
by Caspi. A lot of talent, a lot of strength. Half penetration, shot it up, touch.
You see the numbers so far. Even game. Haifa out by 2. A lot of subplots here. A lot of sub-stories we'll get into here. One of them, the emergence of Davon Jefferson in the second half of this season. He's got 6 already. He's going up against Omri Caspi, number 13, who may be making his final appearance here before the NBA draft in June, where he is expected to be chosen. Benda pulls up.
Oh.
And they call a foul on Jefferson, and that really is insane because there was nothing there. I saw that, Semi. Jefferson going ballistic there. He just went for the loose ball, and there wasn't even any contact. Let's look at that again here. Look at him. Jump for the ball. Nothing there. I guess they called a push-off on the rebound. Phantom push-off. So that's the 5th foul on Haifa, and that means they're in the penalty. So Haifa holding on to a 4-point lead, but some not very good indicators for them in the penalty, and 2 quick fouls on Deron Perkins. Sales stepping out, Kujikaro in.
And the referees, as usual, are playing a big part in this game.
Oh my goodness, did
when
you see that?
When you play against Maccabi Tel Aviv in a championship game, they're always there to pull you down. Take it from me, I've had experience of years with that.
Dior Fisher, an 88% free throw shooter. Excellent for a big man, excellent for any man. He got a lot of help in that first one, bouncing off the top of the backboard.
So we see a little bit of a press, you know, which is something to take time off the clock.
And you see some of the celebrities here for this game. That was international supermodel Bar Rafaeli sitting alongside Israeli singer Rami Kleinstein and enjoying that 3-pointer by Moshe Mizrahi. The first triple of the game. Eliao down low. Fujikawa fronts
And that's
him well.
good defense by Fujikawa. He took his right hand away from him, and you know, Eliao doesn't have a left hand, and he doesn't have a jump shot. Everything goes right.
Dixon fakes. Fujikawa throws it away. So you had some nice words to say about him, but on offense, it's a different story. 15-10 Haifa, 3:25 to go. Carlos Arroyo calling play number 2, and you see in your picture there, Shimon Mizrahi, the owner of Maccabi Tel Aviv, the Darth Vader of Israeli basketball, Simi.
The what?
The Darth Vader of Israeli basketball. The bucket there for Arroyo. He's got 4. Dixon making his move to the hole. Tough shot, doesn't get the roll. Tel Aviv almost knocks it in for him. 2.5 to go in the first. Ali, oh! Hello, Arroyo to Fisher, throws it down, and that is a Haifa timeout. They want to talk it over here, and I want to talk it over with you, Simi. 15-14, 2:45 to go. How does it look so far for the Heat?
You know, it's really time to get our Haifa Heat shirts and pens and that. But, you know, I mean, it's really ridiculous. You come out to play a tough game, and the refs take you right out of the game. They get Perkins, who's the most important player on the team, 2 phantom calls by the same referee, and then you get a call against you. It's ridiculous. I mean, you know, they don't let you play. You know, you want to do one way, do it the other way too. But that's what happens in Israeli basketball. They just won't let anybody. You have to beat Maccabi by 10, and then they cut it to 1 at the end. That's the way it is.
We talked about the 47 championships. Get this, from 1970 through to a season ago, in 38 years, Tel Aviv won 37 titles, and that streak was ended a year ago by Malik Dixon. Tonight, spoke to him before the game, Simi. He said he hopes it doesn't come down to that, but if it does, he is willing and he is ready and willing to step up to the challenge once again.
I'm sure he is. Why not if he has the chance?
Malik had struggled in the semis, going 0 for 6 from 3-point range, but he came up big when it mattered most, making some clutch shots down the road in end of regulation and forcing overtime. This arena is filled with green-clad fans and yellow-clad fans on opposite side. It is a very, very colorful affair. All the red fans who were here before for Galil and for Jerusalem have gone.
A small contingent.
And a small contingent to them. Perkins back in the game with those 2 fouls. Looking for a spurt from him right now to end the quarter. Moving it around. Dixon out to Jefferson. Making his move on Cosby. Flips it up. Hits the rim. Here comes Tel Aviv trying to get their first lead of the night. And they call the foul. And it's going to be on Ido Kujikaro.
You know, we got a good shot at the basket. It was like an 8-foot floater. Just didn't go down. But, you know, I mean, this is something that, you know, could always, I consider it a very good shot. It's not a problem.
Leo Eliao, a 63% free throw shooter. And he misses the first one. Brooke Sales about to re-enter, sitting alongside us here at the scorers table. And Eliao misses them both. And
going down. Green ball.
Sales in for Jefferson, going to give him a breather. Give him a chance to rest these last 2 minutes, 16 seconds of the first period. And we don't know if you can hear it back home, but it is very, very loud here in Nokia tonight. Over 11,000 people packed into this arena for really, really the crown jewel of Israeli basketball. And Perkins loses the dribble there. Brooke Sales goes down. They're going to call the travel.
It's a walk. It's a correct call. It's a correct call.
He slid on the court.
He slid across the court. It's a walk. Nothing we can do about it, except argue.
And Pini Gershon, the coach of Maccabi Tel Aviv, indeed indicating it was a travel.
It was. Happens in the best of families.
You see Avi Ashkenazi with his brain trust over there, Elad Hassin and Mickey Gorka. I'm sure Avi will be the first to tell you he could not have won Coach of the Year if it was not for those two guys helping him out. Perkins, Sales with the rebound. Dishes it off to Perkins. Pulls up for three. No
Bad
good.
Shot. Good
Sales
rebound.
with the rebound.
Foul.
Gets fouled.
So Eliyahu, I think that's his second.
It is indeed. Number 2 on Lior Eliyahu. Maccabi still out there with their starting lineup this entire first period.
Well, they should be going to the bench now with Eliyahu getting that foul.
They have a very deep bench. That goes along with having the deepest pockets in the league. You get the deepest bench as well.
Yeah, what's surprising is they start 3 Israelis. Burstein, Eliyahu, and Kaspi.
Burstein, a guy who hasn't gotten much playing time the early parts of the season. There is the guy who usually started, Marcus Brown.
Yeah,
He's coming off the bench now. Sales misses it. Tries to track in his own rebound. He cannot.
Marcus is just enjoying the scenery.
So Eliyahu stays out there with the 2 fouls and going to try to go to work here on Kujikaro. And they're going to call the foul on Kujikaro. Another foul unclear. The second one on Ito.
You know, you get calls, ticky-tack fouls down on one end, and the other end you need a butcher's knife to get a foul called. You know, be consistent. That's what you want from the referees. You don't want too much from them, especially you know you're not going to get too much from them, Aaron.
Eliyahu makes the first one, gets Tel Aviv within one, and in your picture there, Gur Parat about to enter the game. He had his best game of the season in the semis, 15 clutch points and a great defensive job in the win over Jerusalem. So we're all tied up with 1:20 to go. Gur Parat in place of Ito Kujikaro in his 2 fouls. Raviv Limonad coming in for Tel Aviv.
And this is a kid who didn't play a minute in the semifinals.
Go figure.
You know, go figure Penny's logic out.
A lot of people, Simi, saying after the semis that this would be one of those years where Tel Aviv was primed for the taking. I mean, Galil Gilboa did not play a very good game, and they almost stole that thing in the semifinals.
Yeah, well, you know, every day's a different story.
Dixon out to Sales. Finds Mizrahi. Can't get open. He loves to get open and shoot the 3. So does Dixon. And he gets it. Malik Dixon hits his first 3-pointer, and it's a big one.
And that's nice because the kid's going to get his confidence. You have to remember last game he went 0 for 6 from the floor and just, you know, made a couple of layups, which were important. Don't get me wrong. They were important, but, you know, you get your confidence.
Here comes Haifa. They call the foul on Raviv Limonad. Hand-checking Perkins.
And that's the 4th foul of the quarter. And there's Jeff, the owner, Jeff Rosen, the owner, and Joe, his head honcho.
Indeed.
You know, great guys, man, great guys.
You see Malik Dixon making the shot, had a chance to talk to him before the game about his clutch performance last week, and the one thing he said to me was, now I just got to hit my 3-ball. He struggled with the 3-ball last time. Tonight, hits his first. And now he goes to the hole.
What do you need to have a foul called? On one side, it's murder. On the other side, it's not. There's a difference of like a half a second between the 24-second clock.
And Arroyo's going to hold for a final shot. Now Gur Parat on him. And no good. Limonad gets it. He's going to try and make a shot. Rolls in and out. Cannot get it. And Sales is down. And Sales is not looking good down there. He has been down for a while and hasn't been getting up. Perkins now looking at him. But the first period is over. Haifa up 19-16. But some foul trouble for them. Kujikaro and Perkins with 2. Sales taking a licking. Your thoughts, Simi, after one period?
Yeah, you know, the problem is that what's his name didn't get into the game. Deron Perkins. That's a major problem when it comes to that. And now, you know, you took him out, brought him back in. It's tough to get back into the game. You can't play the real tough defense you want to, because the next foul is your third. You know you're going to sit down till halftime. It's only the end of the first quarter. On one side, the fouls are difficult. The other side, it's all ticky-tack. And, you know, it's a shame. They ought to be consistent.
And you see your mid-period entertainment. And hope you enjoy the dancers here. Those are the girls from Haifa. We are getting to see a chance of all the dancers from the different teams
Mickey
coming out.
Berkowitz.
One of the legends of Israeli basketball out there. And here's something else besides usually between quarters. If you're not buying merchandise, of course, we don't get in the way of that.
I'm buying merchandise, man.
You know what's going to happen between the third and fourth periods tonight, Simi?
Between the third and fourth period tonight?
There's going to be someone, a man or a woman from the crowd selected to toss a ball from half court here. And if he or she shall make that shot, they will go home with a brand new BMW 300 worth 500,000 shekels. That's $125,000 for you counting at home. So we'll stay tuned for that. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on a car like that.
Without a doubt.
Malik Dixon alongside us here. About to start this second quarter. He's going to be in there with Sales and Jefferson, and because of the Russian rule where they cannot have more than 3 foreigners at a time, that means that Perkins will start on the bench. Porat and Benda will be out there to start this second quarter. Pace-wise, Simi, it's a Haifa game.
Well, you know, I mean, there have been some runouts. We got dunked on a couple of times and missed-dunked on once or twice. But basically, it is a Haifa.
And Tel Aviv goes to their bench for the first time with Yaniv Green, backup center. He's in there together with Fisher now, and so the big boy's in there.
And we got a real, what surprises me is that Cosby's taking Dixon, and Fisher's on Jefferson, and he loses the ball.
And here comes Cosby, and he loses the ball. And Gur Parad, nobody has the ball, and Tel Aviv recovers it. Borstein. And they call the foul on Gur Parad.
You know, Borstein's barreling his head into his chest, and they calling a foul on him.
And the
here we
fans
see,
love it.
watch this. Here he goes. He makes the contact. He's barreling in. I guess the defensive man doesn't have any right away.
The inconsistency.
Vinny Gershon, the coach of the Maccabi Tel Aviv.
And here's Haifa getting the rebound. Brooks Sales tracking it down. He is definitely in pain, wincing. Dixon fakes it. Jefferson takes off underneath. Cannot finish.
Oh, missed it. Number 7. Who's number 7?
And that's Carlos Arroyo. That'll be his first.
And Carlos said, how can they call a foul on me? I don't guard anybody. You know, because if not, he would have been playing last night in the game that Orlando won by 2.
Sales pulls up.
Nice
Gets
shot.
it.
Nice.
And you know what the irony there is, Simi, is that Arroyo, that didn't look like he did a foul on that time there.
Yeah.
So they, you know, just the inconsistencies going everywhere here. You know, the top game of the year, and you hope to see the refs step up to the occasion as well. Haifa up by 5, their biggest lead of the game. Cosby to the hole. Big rebound.
Nice rebound.
Jefferson.
Nice rebound.
Blocked out the defender.
And you know, Gur Parat did a nice job on Cosby. And Cosby's one of the toughest kids to guard in the league because he can do it also from inside. And
nice move by Brooks Sales.
Brooks Sales in your face.
And Haifa is up by 7. Wow.
And the Green Apes are losing their apes.
And what we had heard before, the yellow fans go in. Now we see the green ones yelling. Yarok Ole, green is up. No call, Haifa ball.
Yeah.
Starting even out, and Gur Parat is psyched.
And we got a substitution.
D. Brown.
D. Brown in for Cosby. Now they're going to run 2 guards at the same time. And here the Green Apes, yeah. Throw them a couple of bananas and everything will be all right.
And speaking of banana, top banana there. Nice play, and Jeff Rosen loves it. His big man, Brooks Sales, with a nice shot right there. He's got 5. Benda working on D. Brown. Dixon on Arroyo.
And there's
Takes
6.
a 3.
Bad
Tough shot.
Bad shot. Not a tough shot. A bad shot.
And
that's, you have to play within the offense.
And that's number 2 on Gor Parat. The difference so far tonight has been the field goal percentages. Tel Aviv getting only 1 for 3 of theirs, shooting 6 for 18. Haifa, 8 for 20. 40% from the field.
So Haifa Heat, pace of the game.
Eliyahu shuffled his feet, it looked like. No call, but there is a call for a foul and a bucket for Dior Fisher, who has 8 already. Let's take a look at the replay on that, Simeon. Look at his feet.
Yeah, he walks, you know, he walked a little bit, you know.
And as it has all season long, when Haifa gets into trouble, Avi Ashkenazi goes to his insurance policy, Deron Perkins. But he has to be very, very careful right now with those fouls.
He just has to play. You can't let it be careful, because then you're out of the game.
And Avi telling Dixon,
bad
he's
shot.
Not too happy with that shot.
Bad shot.
And Dixon knows it. He comes over smiling, saying, I know, coach, I know.
Yeah, but instead of being up by 9 or 10, it's only 4.
And they're still chatting over there as the game continues, down to a 4-point lead with that 3-point conversion by Dior Fisher. Perkins driving the lane, gets hit, finishes it with a big bucket. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your league MVP. Breaking down the defense.
Yari Reinich takes the call.
lick and finishing it.
And how many is that on Fisher?
Number 1 on Fisher.
All right.
That was a big-time drive by your MVP.
Player. Money.
He completes the 3-point play. Balanced offense for Haifa. Nobody with more than 6. 4 people with at least 5. D. Brown out of the University of Illinois. Lior Eliyahu, former property of the Houston Rockets. Foul called on Brooks Sales. And that'll be number 2 on him as well.
And they have to understand that Lior Eliyahu only goes to his right.
And Brooks is hurting. Brooks is limping around and coming over to talk to his coach and maybe telling him just that, Simi. Lior Eliyahu only goes to his right. And now he goes to the line where he is a 63% free throw shooter. And Fisher coming to listen in on the conversation here between Sales and his coach. It's nice to see the sportsman-like environment. Take a look at that. Listening to his player, and Fisher comes over, listens in, gives a
He's better at partying until 4 in the morning, getting his face cut up.
Well, so far he's got 9 points tonight, the leading scorer for his team. It's Haifa up by 7.
Penny Gershon, the coach of the Maccabi Tel Aviv team.
$7:15 to go in the half.
David Fetterman, one of the owners of the Maccabi Tel Aviv team.
And Eliyahu drills that, 26-20.
We see a bit of a press.
Oh, and that was dangerous.
A bit of a press, what we call a soft press. Not to steal, it's to take time off the clock, because you only have 24 seconds to play.
Some of those people.
And now Maccabi Tel Aviv has gone into their, what we call a BS zone. It's called.
Nice hook shot by Jefferson in the lane.
Tacked it right in the middle.
And Jeff Rosen out of his seat. He loves to cheer on his guys when they get going. Raviv Limonad to the hole. Tough move, rebound by Perkins.
Nice.
He's got numbers, 3 on 2. Who's gonna deliver it to?
Nice.
Jefferson.
Nice.
Foul.
Nice run. I thought he should have given it to him a little earlier and he would have been able to finish, but it was nice.
Take a look at the play and the foul on D. Brown.
Yeah.
And timeout Tel Aviv, 6:43 to go.
And it's you know, it's what we call Haifa Heat are running when they have the advantage, when the other team is at a disadvantage. And that's what Deron Perkins did, because you saw they came back down 3-on-2. He had Devon on one side, and I forget who he had on the other side.
Sales filling the lane there.
Yeah.
Like Magic Johnson, just had to pick the poison, who he wanted to dish it off to.
Yep.
And now Jefferson will go to the line. Now Jefferson on the season, number-wise, only a 68% free throw shooter, but last game, Simi, he went 11 for 12 from the line, and so many of them were clutch free throws down the stretch in the fourth. Let's take a look at the numbers so far between the big men, Jefferson and Fisher leading their teams. You see it right there. Jefferson, 8 and 5 already.
But that's not really a proper matchup, because Jefferson's a small forward and Fisher's a center. But I mean, and they're not guarding each other. But I mean, you know, that's what the story is. The Sales is guarding Fisher.
Yeah. Davon Jefferson scored 10 points in the second quarter and 6 points in the overtime period. He was named the 6th man award winner of this season. Started the season on the bench, and then the latter half of the season, Avi Ashkenazi realizing the gold mine he has right there and saying, you know what, kid, you are not coming off the bench anymore. You're my starting power forward. It essentially marked the end of the season for B.J. Mackey. Afterwards, they brought in Malik Dixon, and he came off the bench. But all in all, you have to say that move worked out pretty well for Haifa, with Jefferson taking his game to a whole new level in the second part of the season. And there, indeed, is the $1 million face of Bar Rafaeli, a renowned Israeli
I keep
supermodel.
telling her no, and she keeps coming back.
I'm sure.
You know, I'm really upset about
You're
this.
just like, stay away from me.
No, I
can't
didn't.
take
I
this.
told her I'm too fat and I'm too old, and leave me alone.
But Bar Rafaeli, of course, on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition this year. That is as high as you get in the supermodel world.
I don't know. I got pretty big ones myself, you know, but that's from fat.
But you've never been on the swimsuit model edition, and nobody wants to see that.
I can't fit in a swimsuit. It'd have to be a tent.
Jefferson to the line for 2.
Yes.
Gets a little bit of help from the rim.
Yes. Yes.
And he makes them 2. So Haifa up by 10.
Yes.
And Jefferson has 10. The difference so far, you see the longtime captain of Maccabi Tel Aviv, Derek Sharp, on the bench. Doesn't get many minutes anymore, but he still is the heart and soul of that team.
I don't know about that. He just doesn't get a lot of minutes.
Arroyo, killer crossover, rejected by Jefferson.
Oh my God!
On the help.
Oh, he reminds me of
away.
a guy that I brought to Israel many years ago, right out of Oklahoma State, by the name of Richie Dumas. They're about the same height.
Yeah. Looking a lot like Dwight Howard on that one too, swatting it away. As Caspi will re-enter the game, and you see the dour face of Shimon Mizrahi there. He never smiles, that guy, but really no reason for him to smile right now. Arroyo steps out, 2 for 9 from the field. He is struggling tonight, and he takes a seat as D. Brown taking over the point guard position. Ben David directing traffic for Haifa. High screen by Brooks. Back to Brooks. Pulls up for the J.
Money.
Got it.
Money.
Brooks Sales.
Nice call by
on a show
Bender.
tonight.
Nice call by Bender. Saw the mismatch. There was a pick and what we call a pick and pop. Number 5. That's against Jefferson.
And that's number 2 on him. So
that's a bad sign.
there are 6 players on Haifa with 2 fouls apiece. But Haifa up by 12. And here comes Derek Sharp, and you hear the reaction from the crowd. They love him here. Sharp in for Limonad. He's in there for his 3-point shooting. There is a big sign up here on the upper deck, says, "Be like Derek." He's no Mike, but he is the fan favorite.
He's a great guy.
And a veteran here who's made some
big shots. He's been here for like
shots.
15 years, if not longer. Came here as a foreigner in the 2nd division. Played at Hadera and Migdal HaEmek. And then he married an Israeli girl. They have a son about 16, 17, 15 years old.
He played in the Israel national team, too, for a while.
And then...
and made one of the biggest shots in Tel Aviv's history to get them to one of their Final Fours that they won the European Championship. Jefferson, 3-ball, no good. Long rebound, Sharp tracks it down, but he's falling out of bounds, and he retracked it again, and they did not call it. That's illegal, you know it, and D. Brown comes the other direction. Sharp knew he wasn't allowed to touch it because he fell out of bounds. He had no choice, and so the refs eventually let him get away with it.
Sami Bakar is the worst.
How does he get to call the big games all the time?
Well, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Brooks, top of the key. Benda pulls up for 3. Hits the rim and falls out. Haifa up by 10, still 4 and 50 seconds to go. D. Brown throws it down to Eliyahu. D. Brown pulls up for 3. Got it.
Timeout.
And Ashkenazi calls a timeout. And the Sami Bakar has had enough of the protestations from Elad Hassin and said, he see his lips right here. He said, next time I hear your voice, you're getting teed up. But Elad's got a good point there, Simi.
Guy did something illegal right in front of his face, and he let him do it. The guy hit the ball, jumped out of bounds, came in bounds and touched it. He's not allowed to.
Haifa still holding on to a 7-point lead, 32-25. Source of concern for Haifa, though, 6 players with 2 fouls. Let's take a look at Moshe Mizrahi. You see his numbers on the season. 8.4, he's got 5 tonight.
1 for 2 from the 3-point area.
But Moshe has been big in the playoffs and scoring 11 points in the semifinals. Really scoring those 11 points very early on in the first half. And then went quiet later on when his replacement, Gor Barak, came in and one-upped him even more so. So tensions are high in the Haifa huddle, as I'm sure they are in the Tel Aviv one as well. They have played an awful game so far, but they're hanging in there. They're only down by
7. You know, it's only 7 with 4.5 to go. It's a lot of time. One of the things Maccabi Tel Aviv know how to do is they know how to play all 40 minutes. They don't let, you know, things get out of hand, and if they get into a hole, they just keep playing consistently. That's one of the great things about Penny Gershom. And here they are, they're pressing full court.
And the fans are going nuts, and Derek Sharp fighting for it, pops the ball out. He wanted it to stay theirs, but does not get that call.
You know, they're hitting people, and they want the calls, too.
Oh, you know, it's the pressure that gets on those refs, too. You got all these yellow fans here in the stands, really making a lot of noise, getting on the refs. Anytime they think their team is slighted, that's got to influence the refs as well. Fujikaro back in the game. Foul called on D. Brown, who pushes off Deron Perkins.
And that's 2 shots.
And they're in the penalty, so Haifa will go to line. D. Brown getting in the face of Deron Perkins, and Perkins wisely walking away. That's number 3 on D. Brown.
Yeah, you know.
He's got 5 points, but they are so deep, they can live without him.
He's really not a typical Weber player from Illinois.
Perkins rolls it in. Perkins perfect from the line tonight. %91% for the team. Eliyahu with the flip shot. He loves those.
That's the whole thing. You have to keep him off of that. Make him curl in. You can't let him get the ball.
Perkins pulls up the dribble. D. Brown right in his mug. Pulls up for 3. Tough shot.
No good.
No good, but Jefferson there almost
That was a bad shot.
And he tries to go for the steal. That also bad miss. D. Brown to the hole. For Perkins, a tough move for him there. And here he goes to the hole. And they're going to call the foul.
Against Derek Sharp.
Derek Sharp tried to get the offensive. And you hear the fans' response here. But that's what Perkins can do for you. You know, bad sequence for him, but then he comes in, draws the foul, and goes in line. So Carlos Arroyo back in the game. Struggled so far. 2 for 9 from the field. Perkins hits that one also.
You know, and basically, Eliao and Fisher and Cosby have played the whole game.
And they've been carrying the load for that team. Cosby only scoring 2 so far, but Fisher and Eliao leading the way. And what are they going to call? A lane violation, so no good there anyway.
Arroyo is a tough player. Malik has to really concentrate, not letting him penetrate, and that's very important.
Cosby looked like he might
what
have
a
walked
play.
there too, but nice
Great
move.
play. Great offensive move.
And here comes Perkins, not wasting any time. Double up on him.
And
they call the foul.
And they're hitting him.
They call the push on Cosby.
Yep.
And Perkins, he'll take it as much as they give it to him. He goes to the line again.
And they can't say he pushed him with both hands. Yes.
And Perkins continues to drill his free throws. See a look at one of the owners of Maccabi Tel Aviv there.
David Fetterman. Very, very, I like him. Nice person.
Perkins, 8 for 9 from the line, making most of his points there. He's in double figures already. Along with Jefferson, both have 10 points. The Sharp for 3. That's what he does best, and they love it here. The crowd jumping out of their seats for the three-point specialist, Derek Sharp. Fujikaro, not a threat from out there. Fisher knows it. Perkins.
Perkins has
the size advantage on Sharp. Tough shot. He thought he got hit in the hand. And they call the foul on him.
Oh my God. Same ref.
Painful.
Same ref.
And that's a painful
Every
foul.
time, Sami Bakar. Same ref.
And Avi Ashkenazi not wasting any time. Ben David in for Perkins. Foul number 3 on Perkins. It would be absolutely catastrophic for him to pick up his 4th, and Ashkenazi wisely sticking Ben David in there. In your picture, Mickey Dorsman, former coach and owner of Hapoel Holon, who pulled off a huge upset last year, looking to see if it can happen for the 2nd year in a row. And Arroyo continues to struggle. Two and a half to go in the half. Haifa only up by 3. Make that 2. You need Green in.
And Carlos Arroyo is 2 for 9 from the floor, which is really surprising because he's usually an excellent shooter.
And he has 1 from the free throw line. So that basically means $1 million for every shot he makes, Simi. Fujikaro, they call the walk.
And it was a walk.
You can't blame the refs for everything.
No, it was a walk. That's a good call. Yaniv Green is in the game now.
And Avi wants Brooke Sales in there to counter the height deficiency. Sharp into Green. Green making a move on his old nemesis. Fujikaro throws it up. Fujikaro gets it, throws it away. Arroyo with the steal. Sharp for another 3. Got it! And we have ourselves a Tel Aviv lead, and the fans here going nuts again with your favorite Derek Sharp, who has hit 2 big threes. Porat for three. No good. Rebound Tel Aviv, the momentum shifting the yellow direction. Arroyo to the hole, finishes strong, and it has become deafening here at Nokia as Tel Aviv goes up by three. And Haifa having to do all this without Jefferson, without Perkins. They were doing it without Sales too, and now he comes in.
Yeah, but you just try to cool down the damage. You try to get a couple of buckets to close out, you know, because you're in foul trouble. You don't want to get into more foul trouble. You just want to play hard.
And the second unit here for Haifa, Moshe Mizrahi, I believe, has been in there all game long, and to carry the load for this team, which is really struggling with the foul situation. Benda leading the attack with $1:15 to go. Ball gets knocked away by Arroyo, and he leads the attack. And he goes behind his back.
Oh!
And they're going to call a foul again on Kujikaro.
Unbelievable.
And he cannot believe it.
On one side, it's a foul. On the other side, it's nothing. Amazing. These guys are just too wild.
And it is very, very frustrating for Avi Ashkenazi and his crew right now, because they're sticking to the game plan. They're playing tough defense. They are just getting called for every single thing.
They're out of their cycle on the offense. You know, it's very difficult for the Heat to score without Devon or Deron Perkins in there. You know, it's just a problem.
And you see one of the young fans here cheering on. An overwhelming majority for Tel Aviv fans.
Yeah, but now they have to, the Haifa Heat have to show their maturity. They have to show that they can play under pressure, down by, what, 5 points. It's not the end of the world. You got guys that can score, you know.
Arroyo trying to fake there. The ref's not falling for it. Haifa trying to set up a possession here, but Tel Aviv clamping down now. Mizrahi with the fake. Cannot get open. Shot clock down to 4.
3,
Dixon
2,
in there.
1.
Gets
Money
it.
good. Basket's good. And
nice
a basket.
Bucket and the foul.
And
Big
a foul.
shot by
Number
Dixon.
6. Yep.
And
big
take
basket.
a look at this replay.
For the
Using
confidence.
the clock,
4,
leaning in there.
3, 2,
And leaning
1.
into
And the
Sharp.
foul by Derek Sharp.
Say what you will about Mr. Dixon. He is ice when it comes down to clutch situations.
That was a big, big shot. Every time he thinks too much about his foul shot, he misses.
I was thinking the same thing, Cindy. We've seen that before. He's an excellent free throw shooter. He just has to go up there
and shoot it.
Exactly.
And there's a difference of about 13 seconds. What happened here?
They're going to call another foul on Haifa.
Against Malik Dixon.
Against Gur Porat, rather. That'll be number 3 on him. So Haifa has 3 players, 3 important players, with 3 fouls on them. Perkins, Kujikaro, and Porat. Tel Aviv only D. Brown, and he really is not one of their most important players. And here comes Derek Sharp, an outstanding free throw shooter. And there we go, just jinxed him. One and 2 for Derek Sharp, proud product of South Florida University. And he gets a round of applause from the crowd as he had some nice minutes. Raviv Limonad in for Derek Sharp. Sharp has 7 on the night.
And this is the end of the, it should be the end of the quarter because there's less than 24 on the clock when
Shot
it
clock
started.
is turned off. Dixon, they stripped him. There's no call. Arroyo has it. He's going to try and get a shot here. 3-pointer. no good. Jefferson gets the rebound. That is your half. So at the half, 43 for Tel Aviv, 39 for Haifa. That quarter belonged to Tel Aviv. They came storming back. And Simi, the story is the fouls so far. They are in big
fouls,
trouble going in here.
and we went out of our offense. And that's a major, major problem once you start doing things that you're not used to doing. But that's because a lot of guys were on the bench because of foul trouble. And that's a shame. I mean, the defense has been pretty good. 43 points, not too bad. You know, a lot of foul shots that were given up because of the fouls being called. And the offense is more of a problem.
And let's take a look now at our leading scorers of that half. You see the regular tandem of Jefferson and Perkins with 10 each. Brooks Sales, he showed up tonight too. He scored 7. Dixon and Mizrahi with 5 apiece. A balanced attack for Tel Aviv. Arroyo and Fisher have 9. Sharp, Eliyahu, and Brown 7 apiece. Let's take a look at our halftime stats, courtesy of Segev Systems, our technology partners here who help us all season long with the stats. And we look there at the numbers, and the thing that's got to bounce out to you, Simi, is the free throws. I mean, they just got to the line a long time. So did Haifa. Lots of free throws for a half.
Yeah, the bench not doing very well, you know. For Maccabi Haifa, defensive rebound pretty even. The rebound is not bad. You know, we have more turnovers, double-air turnovers. But, you know, it's a pretty good game, and you got to enjoy what it is. I mean, we had control of it for a while, and we let it go for a while.
Perkins 8 for 9 from the line, having a very strong game so far, but he has 3 fouls, and it's going to be critical to have him come back and not be into foul trouble. We're going to send you now to our halftime presentation, which is a story about the fans of Haifa, about how this team has really become very connected to its community. And we're going to send you now to that. We'll be right back with the second half of championship game. Enjoy our halftime presentation.
Everybody who comes to Haifa falls in love. And this is the most beautiful city in Israel. And bearing in mind that Jerusalem is the most beautiful city in the world, Haifa is the most beautiful city in Israel. For years we were eager to have also a basketball team. When Jeff Rosen stepped in, this became a very prominent and front-runner team, and we are very proud about that.
I'm living in Haifa, and I'm the first one that feel the bass. In all the media, everybody talking about Haifa from the beginning of the season, even before the season started.
When we first got here and people were asking us, you know, where are we from, what are we doing here? And when we told them, you know, we're playing basketball in Haifa, they said, oh, you know, Haifa, oh, we heard that we're supposed to have a better team this year, blah, blah, blah. But it took us to, you know, start off the season 6-2 for people to really believe that we were going in the right direction and moving up. So I think there is a better atmosphere surrounding the team in the city right now.
Going to the streets, people ask about the team and want the team that will do a good job. And they're coming to me, if I'm sitting in a restaurant or in a coffee shop, they're coming and say, thank you about the beginning, keep doing a good job.
Just look at the hall. It's full up. You can't get a ticket. We have never seen such an occasion for many years.
Jeff Rosen built here a very good team with an expensive player, good player. Crowd is coming when there is quality.
Well, you know, the whole country was watching Maccabi Tel Aviv, and us in Haifa were always, if we wanted to see a half-decent game, we would go to Tel Aviv.
במילה אחת, ריקנות. זה היה חסר, ריקנות. זה היה חסר. הרגשנו שהעולם הזה משמש רק לפסטיגל ולכנסים, וזה מאוד חרה ומאוד כאב ומאוד צרם.
For many years we didn't have a basketball team in Haifa, and now that we have a great team to support, and we're very happy for them.
It's wonderful to have a basketball team in Haifa, particularly since there is such a strong sports tradition in Haifa, you know, and not everybody loves soccer.
I didn't believe
that something like that can happen ever. After we were 15 years at the rock bottom, it's a miracle to be back again at the top.
First game, in the home game. After 10 years they didn't be in the first division. It was much more than exciting, it was something touching my heart.
אני לא תפקדתי באותו יום נגד חולון. אני יכול להגיד לך שבאותו יום אני דיברתי איתו בבוקר, אמרתי לו, פאפי, אני מרגיש שאני עומד להתפוצץ שיגיע כבר הערב. וכשראיתי פה את העולם, אין מה להגיד.
It was exciting, it was marvelous. It was all we hoped to all the summer. It was full. It was crowded, it was loud, and it was a good game, and we won. It was like a dream come true.
I was in a high. I was in the high. To see how many people are coming, to see the youngsters especially, to see families are coming, to see women and men. This is something which we haven't experienced for many years. Once Jeff Rosen stepped in, basketball became also a target for the young generation.
We take the players in the beginning of the year to a school. We take them to activities that the team doing around the city. We have a group of children coming from low economy situation with their families that Mr. Rosen is invite them to each individual games. Basically, the relationship with the community is very, very important to a team who wants to be a big team.
I volunteer once a week in Hadar, which is a poor neighborhood, and I met some people there. Some kids told me that the basketball team sent them tickets as a present.
I'm positioning sport, and especially basketball sport, under the headline of education. Once the young generation is being involved in sport of all sorts, I avoid them to be in the streets. The green fans of Maccabi Haifa are known to be the craziest ones. It's outstanding and it's well known all over Israel.
Our crowd is very supportive, our crowd is very warm. We try to build a strong crowd that we will have crowds that go with us for years.
הקהל, השחקנים, אני חייב לציין את זה, בכל המשחקי חוץ שהיינו, תמיד באו ראשונים לקהל, הם תמיד רצים ומחבקים את הקהל, רואים שהקבוצה עוטפת את הקהל והקהל עוטף את הקבוצה.
The fans from Maccabi Haifa have been great. You know, they're crazy. There might not be as many as there were at the college games, but they are loud. They bring the drums and they get down. You know, it's they definitely make us have a huge home court advantage.
Gives you energy. You know, you could walk in here dead tired, and then you hear the fans just, you know, on their drums doing our fight song or whatever. It's just, it gets you going, and you want to play hard, and you want to win.
The hall is acoustically impossible. It's very noisy.
אפשר לשמוע פה כלום. מה אפשר לעשות? הקהל מעודד, הקבוצה משחקת יפה, ואני מקווה שננצח. בזמנים שלך היה כזה דבר? לא, כזה דבר לא היה. זה כל החבר'ה שאני רואה אותם גם במגרשי הכדורגל, ותאמין לי, הם שווים לפחות 10 נקודות במשחק.
I think we had an idea, but we weren't fully prepared for, you know, how loud and how good they were.
I'm the manager of the team, and actually I'm the biggest cheerleader of the team. When I sit on the bench, I wave to the crowd and ask them to cheer up the players, and they do it very well.
We would like to see an experiment. Show us how it looks. How you
like that. Everybody, get up.
When you come to our hall, You can see also people of my age, even older, and I'm not so young, I'm 63 years old, and I'm sure that a good team revived the history of Maccabi Haifa.
השם המשחק עוד פעם עכשיו זה מסורת. זה לבנות עוד פעם משהו אחרי 17 שנה.
These symbols mean so much to many people that people are not aware what is this symbol for many people who sit in the stands and in the crowd to watch the players going with Maccabi Haifa symbol. After, again I'm saying, after 10 years we didn't promote in the first division of Israel. It's a big thing. We are going to the main goal. In a few years we're going to be in the EuroLeague. This is the main dream for all of us, I believe.
It's also in the air. We are feeling now that it's in the air. I hope that like the basketball is coming back to Haifa and good days for everybody, and maybe Haifa will be the center of the basketball.
Every time that you start something that is imperfect, but it's very tenacious and very, very focused, it gives you a sense of hope. Maccabi Haifa gives you a sense of hope.
That halftime presentation about the fans of Haifa, and really gives a good entrance for us, Simi, to kind of wrap up this season a little bit. We called 22 games during the season, a 4 first round, the playoffs. It's been quite a season, and really quite a season for the people of Haifa, how they've embraced this team coming up from the second division. And really, you know, Haifa's no longer just a soccer town in Israel. It has become a basketball town as well.
You know, to me, it's really, really nostalgic, because when I came to Israel in 1967, I came on a freighter boat and I came to Haifa, and the first 2 years that I was in Israel, 67, 68, 69 seasons, I played for the Maccabi Haifa team. We played outdoors. It was 2 practices a week. It looked like a park, actually, with just stands that were a joke, you know, and now they have a beautiful stadium, Romema. They have a great boss, owner of the team, Jeff Rosen. He cares about, not just about the basketball, he cares about the community.
Yeah.
Now, once that you start getting into something like that, you become a totally different type of animal. People don't know how to deal with you. Are you for real? Are you sincere? Are you here just for the money? But actually, he's pouring out the money, so they can't claim that he wants money from them. He has the players involved in the community. They love living. All the players live in Haifa.
Yeah.
They love living there. They love mingling with the team.
Well, I wanted to remind also our fans as well that besides being a player there, you were also a coach there many years ago. And this sort of is part of this renaissance of this team. 10 years they were gone. Nobody even knew they had a team. They were in the lower divisions. And this year they come back.
They were in the 3rd division a couple of years ago.
And then they make a second. And this year they make it here and exceed all expectations. Not only they come back here, they make the Final Four. They make the finals here. And it's quite unbelievable the way that they have come and made this team part of the community. So let's take a look here at some of those stats of this season here. You see that Maccabi Tel Aviv led the league in scoring, and Maccabi Haifa the top defensive team. So you see the numbers over there, who leads in every department there. Really, the ones that Haifa can call their own is the defensive part and is the rebounding as well. So I got to tell you, Simi, looking at the halftime stats, the one that jumps out at me the most is a pretty underlooked one. Deron Perkins, 11 minutes, 15 seconds. We're not used to seeing that from him.
Yeah, well, that's because the referee, Sammy Bacher, did a great job on him, calling 2 fouls in about 3 minutes or 2 or 3 minutes, and then when he goes back in, calls a ticky-tack foul, you know, and he has to sit out. I mean, he's just, you know, I mean, I don't know what to say. Every year he's involved in something with Maccabi Tel Aviv, giving them the benefit of the doubt.
We saw those numbers over there just a moment ago, the season highs, the season lows for Haifa, and we remember quite a bit of those, and some of those highs coming last week, actually 2 days ago. 98 points, 11 three-pointers. We want to forget about that low with those 5 points and a quarter. Remember that game, too.
Not just that, you know, Bnei Sharon winning in Bnei Sharon twice within 10 days is an amazing thing. After being down 1-0, they lose the second game, just about knocked out. They go there and win. We win the game. We come home, beat them again, and then blow them out in the third game in Bnei Sharon.
Haifa, of course, coming into this final game on a 4-game winning streak, and that's been one of the staples of this team. They are a streaky team. All season long, they've never won a single game or lost a single game. All their losses have come in 2s and 3s, and now, of course, this is a streak of 4 wins in a row, and they would want nothing more than extending that just one more. Just
you know, a little one. Just a little one.
Just a little one.
Just one
and
little one.
Crown themselves as champions of the Israeli League. We have the golden plate hovering over center court. It will be lowered at the end of the game in a ceremony that we will stay with you. Unlike our regular broadcast, we will stay with you after here for the ceremonies awarding the cup to the championship team. And we are 20 minutes away from that, to really the highlight of this entire season.
And what the Haifa Heat have to do is they just have to go out and play. I don't know what happened to Brooks Sales. He didn't come up. Here's Brooks. You know,
and here he is.
And he's coming out. I guess they too were working on him at halftime. He has a bad ankle. He took a shot in the ankle before the game. And there's the owners of the Maccabi Haifa soccer team, Shachar, and the coach, Alicia.
And they're here to come and support the team.
Great guy, great guy.
Nice to see that connection between the soccer and basketball communities in Israel. Basketball, of course, always a second fiddle, but staying out there. And you see Brooks Sales now out there. Talk to him at halftime. He is hurting. He is wincing. He is really struggling out there, but this is it. The last game of the season, he is a warrior. He's out there. The starting lineups for both teams out there. Kaspi comes out, top of the key, takes a shot, gets a lucky
tough
bounce.
Shot, nice. Shooter's touch.
And they are up by 6. That's the biggest lead of the game so far for Tel Aviv. Perkins out there now on Derek Sharp. In fact, Derek Sharp in there instead of, it looks like Borstein.
And Benda knocks him down. Big bucket brings it back to 4.
Classic Benda. When the team needs him most, he comes out there and does the job. Arroyo going to work there on Benda. Holding on to the ball. Out to Derek Sharp, who hit 2 big threes in the first. Kaspi from the top of the key throws the 3.
If he keeps that up, he's going to be playing in the NBA next year.
Projected as a low first-round pick. Would make him the first Israeli picked in the first. There have been 3 who have been picked in the second round. Eliyahu, Halperin, and of course about a decade ago, Doron Sheffer. None of them made the jump to the NBA. 7-point game. Tough play. He had nowhere to go and he had to heave it.
And Maccabi Tel Aviv played very good defense because they came out of their offense.
And Sharp misses a 3, but they get the rebound. And Eliyahu there with the flip. And it is getting extremely dangerous right now for Haifa. 50-41 for Tel Aviv. They're on a roll. The fans are getting into it. And that could spell danger for Haifa. Perkins to the hole. No basket. Foul. Penny Gershon asking for a half-court violation.
Yeah, but it was a foul. He's right. He did half-court, but he was pushed there, and there was no call.
And Avi Ashkenazi asked in the opposite direction. But take a look at that again there. Indeed, yeah, he did get hit by Sharp.
And Brooks Sales is coming off, limping.
He is hurting. He is really hurting. That guy is leaving everything on the court. Can't ask much more from a player than Brooks Sales. You see the numbers for him tonight. 7 points, 4 rebounds. A workmanlike gutsy performance for a guy who really is hurting. The Haifa fans trying to get their team going here. Perkins. Out to Kujikawa. Nice pass. Nice finish by Kujikawa.
Nice look by Perkins. Now they've got to play some defense, the Haifa Heat. It's time to play defense.
Their staple all season long. Eliyahu throws it away, gets it back. Down to Caspi. And he is going to work now. But the rebound by Jefferson. Haifa, the league's best defense. Tel Aviv, the league's best offense. Foul on Tal Borstein. Number 2 on him.
All the fouls that Sami Bachar calls against the Maccabi Tel Aviv team just takes away the advantage that he had because Kujikawa had Borstein posted up down low.
Sami Bachar officially now Simi Rieger's number 1 on the Simi Rieger hit list right now. And this time they're going to call a foul
against Devon Jefferson.
And that's number 3 on him. And Jefferson getting into some words with Caspi. He's got to be careful not to get teed up. So the top 2 players for Tel Aviv now with 3 fouls. Kujikawa and Parada also have 3 fouls. This team in grave, grave danger right now. 7:20 to go in the third. Arroyo pulls up.
Tough.
Rebound.
Foul on Lior Eliyahu over the back.
And that is foul number 3.
It's amazing. These guys never make a foul.
But the fouls, not ones which are really hurting them right now.
Well, yeah, but they got 3 fouls this quarter. In a couple of minutes, though, everything will be a 2-shot foul.
So 3 on Eliyahu, 3 on Sharp, 3 on D. Brown. 7-point game. Haifa fighting to keep it close.
And they're out of their offense again. 8 seconds left. 6.
Perkins pulls up. Big shot by Deron Perkins.
Yeah.
Out of the offense, but he drills a money shot.
Now it's a 4-point game. That's a big shot, like you said, Aaron. I agree with you 100%. Because the offense broke down.
Borstein passes to Eliyahu. Goes up there, rejected. Rejected by Jefferson, but it will stay Tel Aviv ball. They say it's out of bounds off of Haifa.
Television timeout.
TV timeout.
Yeah. Nerves
freeing here at Nokia. Tel Aviv up by 4. The dancers are out there.
We're gonna get you out there.
And we take a look now at the huddles on both teams. 6.5 to go, Simi, in the third. A close game, a tight game, and a game which, by all indications of how it's been between the two teams this season, all indications it's been this Final Four, should go down to the wire once again.
You know, it's nice to see 2 competitive teams going at each other. You know, it's really a pleasure to watch it. There's not a lot of love between these 2 teams, but that's okay, you know?
Brings out the best.
Yeah, and sometimes it brings out the worst.
They are preparing for some kind of event here in Nokia Arena, brought to you by BMW. And I guess preparing for, in 6.5 minutes, that big shot, Simi.
Yep.
That would be a great chance to heave one from half court and win yourself a brand new car. And there is that car exactly. Whoever can drill the half-court shot will get that BMW 300. And they're going to have to get rid of that BMW mat if they want to keep on playing here.
I don't believe this. They're going to do this right in the middle of the game.
Didn't they have the whole timeout to do it?
They could have done it in the timeout. They could have done it between periods. They could have done it. I don't think they know what they're doing.
How do you spell sellout? Anyway, this is instead of between the third and fourth period, they're going to do it right now, folks. This is where it happens. The half-court shot for the BMW. Here it goes. Golden ball. The guy you see in your screen there right now is going to heave it from half court. His two sons rubbing the ball for good luck. The golden ball for the BMW. Here it goes. Good luck, my friend. And it is no good! Off the backboard. He got it there. And he wins the ball, apparently. So he gets a golden ball for his kid. And here, look at his kid go up there, taking the shot himself. Oh, he can't get it either. But at least he gets to hang out with some professional basketball players, and we're back to the real stuff now. So,
oh, really?
Nobody wins that car. Back to business.
Except the insurance company that probably insured it for $20,000.
Maccabi has the ball up by 4. Back door, Dee Brown on Perkins.
7, 4, 3, 2.
Caspi.
No. Oh, my God.
And they called a foul on Kujikaro, and he can't believe it. And that is number 4 on Kujikaro, but you know what? He was awfully close to Deron Perkins. Let's take a look at this again. Ran out of time, had no time left on the shot clock. There was no contact there. Let me tell you something, Caspi. If you ever make it to the NBA, it's going to be a lot harder to get to the foul line over there.
And that's the lie. When you miss the foul shot, that shows that it was a lie. And here comes Gorporad and Dixon. They're going to be going in.
And he gets that. He's in double figures.
חילוף כפול בחיפה. מליק דיקסון, גור פורט. מחליפים את קוז'יקרו ואת בן דוד.
And Kujikaro.
He's really upset because they called
rightfully
a no-nothing foul, and he's under the boards getting his head pounded in, and they're not calling anything. Now we got a team out there, basically 4 guards. 4 guards and Devon Jefferson, and on the other side you got 4 guards and Dior Fisher.
And they got Caspi and Fisher, some big guys out there. The height advantage, Maccabi's direction. But quickness, all Haifa.
That's because of Dior Fisher. Dior Fisher's a big boy, 6'11". Got 10 seconds on the 24.
Perkins going to work right here. Making his move.
He beat him.
Pumps him up. Nice, and gets the foul.
Nice. Smart play. Smart play. Number 10. Who's number 10?
Tal Borstein, number 3 on him.
Okay. And there's Shimon Mizrahi, one of the unsmiling people of the history of the world. I made him laugh once on television, and all his friends called me up and said that's the first time in 40 years they ever saw him laugh.
Well, maybe he's not Darth Vader, but he is the George Steinbrenner of Israeli sports. Really controls this empire of Maccabi Tel Aviv year in, year out. Very competitive, pours a lot of money into the team. And Perkins gets 1 for 2. 4-point game with under 6 to go in the third. Dixon is going to have his hands full with Carlos Arroyo. Oh, yeah, the steal by Perkins.
Almost.
And it will remain Tel Aviv ball. Deron Perkins led the league in steals this season with 3 a game. And he had 5 in that amazing semifinal performance against Jerusalem. 22 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, and 5 steals. As good a stat line as you're ever going to find.
8 seconds. 7, 6, pick, 4,
Jefferson
3.
on him.
Oh
and
my
they call
Oh, my
the
God.
foul.
Oh, Sammy Bacher. Sammy Bacher.
And that's number 4 on Jefferson. That is huge. That is costly. And there was barely any contact there. It was a hip check, maybe.
Sammy Bacher. It's amazing.
And the
same
bench here,
name keeps coming up.
And the Haifa bench losing it right now. The coach is trying not to get teed up, but the assistants, you can see the dour faces over there. They are extremely disappointed that their top players are being kept out of this game with foul trouble. Goes on the reverse. Fisher with the rebound. Puts it in there.
And
6-point game. Mizrahi for 3. Big shot, Moshe Mizrahi.
And now it's a 3-point game. And
Haifa will not be
Tal
denied.
Borstein beat somebody off the dribble, and that caused the hole on the defense.
The pass from Perkins and Mizrahi. And a foul called on Dixon.
This is insane.
First on Dixon. 3-point lead for Tel Aviv.
Nobody's taking the ball out.
And that was the 14th foul on Haifa, so they're not the penalty yet. They will be from here on in. Under 5 to go here. And you gotta hand it to the Haifa players. While their coaches and their staff are really incensed by this situation here, they are keeping their cool, managing to make their shots.
And that's
another
a foul.
Called on Dixon.
That's a foul. Okay.
And Arroyo gonna go to the line.
It's a tough matchup. Malik just isn't good enough to guard Carlos. Carlos is too quick and he's smart enough to take him off the dribble.
And Ben David is going to come in for Gur Porat. And Brooks Sales out there again. That warrior of a man, struggling on one leg here. As long as he can stand, you know he'll be out there. Arroyo in double figures now, making most of his damage from the line. He is only 3 for 12 from the field.
Arroyo.
Five-point game, 55-50. Haifa now without Perkins and without Jefferson. And that is a tough, tough situation for them out there.
It's amazing. Yari Reiner's called the same type of foul against Maccabi. I think that's his 4th. D. Brown.
That is number 4 on D. Brown.
See that? I memorized it at halftime. You quizzed me on
Perkins out there still with the 3 fouls. Dixon to the line. Don't think too much. He didn't. See?
Yep. Dipped his knees, dipped his brain, dipped everything.
Malik, you see on the season, 18 for 18. He's missed a couple in the playoffs, though. And he drills 2 for 2 there.
3-point game. Now you got to play some defense.
And here's Benda. He's going to take the assignment with Arroyo. One-on-one Arroyo. Another foul is called.
Number 9, that's on Benda.
Number 3, and you see B.J. Mackey there on the bench, shaking his head like everybody else on the Haifa sideline. So Benda joining the ranks of the 3 fouls. And you see some fans there enjoying the game a lot more than the people here at the Maccabi Haifa bench are. Arroyo to the line where he is 5 for 6 tonight. And you hear the fans here, the green fans, starting a chant against Sami Bakar, your favorite guy out there. And it rhymes along the lines of Sami Bakar, something we can't say on the air.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
and I'm sure if you were up there, you'd be joining in on the chant.
If I'm down here, I'm joining in on the chant.
Nice pass to Sales. No call.
No call. Amazing, huh? No call.
And off to Tel Aviv, it'll be Haifa ball. And Brooke Sales.
Guy goes in for a layup, gets murdered, and there's no call. No call.
And he's telling Sami Bakar. 5-point differential. You see Avi Ashkenazi trying to keep his cool amidst all the turmoil here. And a foul called on Lemonad.
Yep.
And they are in the penalty. Perkins will go to the line.
Well, you knew Raviv has a lot of talent, but upstairs it doesn't work very well. That's why he'll never be a big-time player. Has all the talent in the world.
And there's the man who Simi once made him laugh. One of your crowning achievements, Shimon Mizrahi.
Nobody can believe it. There's David Fetterman.
Perkins gets them both. 3-point game. They are staying tight. They are fighting hard. Arroyo trips. Ben David gets the ball. They're going to call jump. Ball when he was mauled there.
Whose ball is it? Haifa ball. Haifa eat ball.
They absolutely mauled Amit Ben David there. Take a look at this. He gets the steal, and then they just decide to sit on him and hit him in the head.
Kenny Gershon with his two assistant coaches, Avi Evan and Sharon Drucker. And the Apes are up and at him.
And look at him go there, cheering their team on. They feel this game a tight one. Haifa was up by as much as 10 in the first. Tel Aviv came storming back.
And here we got Shimon Mizrahi with his smile on that doesn't exist.
Sales with a high pick. Dixon with the move. Goes to the hoop, rejected by Fisher.
I don't understand Dixon. Why does he pass the ball on the switch? When he got Fisher on him, he can give it to the guy who Fisher guards. But I guess that doesn't work. 14 seconds on the clock.
Dixon, tough shot from the corner.
Bad
no good.
Shot from the corner.
Look at Ben David fight for that. He is a warrior. Amit Ben David, all 6 feet of him, getting the offensive board. Perkins with the spin, with the fake, with the pump, with the foul. And he is down. He is taking his licks tonight.
It's amazing that they called the foul.
His former teammate Dior Fisher commits the foul.
You know, if this what they did to him happens outside the gym, watch. That's a mugging. You know, they stopped it. They put the guys in jail.
That's assault and battery right there.
Yeah, that's right.
And Jeff Rosen on his feet, cheering on his team.
Wearing his white and green striped shirt.
Unlike Shimon Mizrahi, who was perched over the shoulder of his coach, a looming presence over there. Jeff sitting among the fans. In Haifa, he sits up in the bleachers, actually, here, getting the VIP treatment and sitting in that first row. And Perkins tonight, 17 points, 12 of them coming from the free throw line, where he is 12 for 14.
Oh,
that one in and out. Sales with the rebound.
Yes.
Puts it back. Can't get it. A 2-point game with 3 to go in the third. This is a battle.
I think the Heat are in a bit of a zone.
Arroyo to the hole. They call a foul again on Malik Dixon. That's the third on him.
Sefi Shemesh. Shemesh in Hebrew means sun. You know, that comes out in the morning to lighten up the day. When Sefi comes out, it turns into night.
Well, that foul there was not as bright as day, I can tell you that. It was a very questionable one. We have seen a lot of those. And they're going to be talking about this for a while. I mean, there was a game a couple years ago, perhaps it was Sami Bachar, the Meir Tapiro incident.
Yes,
you remember that
Sami
very well.
Bachar.
Where
That's
they
what
literally robbed Jerusalem
of the championship.
And Meir Tapiro, to this day, who had a good series against Haifa when he played for Bnei Sharon, I guarantee you he will never forget that name. They took away his title a couple of years back. And there is something brighter than the sun. Bar Rafaeli gracing our screen once again. Why do you think the cameramen love her so much, Semi?
It's either her or me. Who do you think they'll pick? 7-6.
Perkins on Arroyo to the hole. Tough shot.
Nice
foul
play.
called against him.
Draw the foul. Smart play.
And he's continuing to do it all game long. Perkins drawing that foul.
Number 13. How many is that?
Number
on
2 on Omri Caspi.
That's it.
So Perkins will go to the line again for his 16th and 17th free throw attempts of the night. That's got to be some kind of record. Gets that, and he is hitting them tonight. His 18 free throw attempts, or rather it was, 18 free throw attempts in the first game. Was a Final Four record. And what are they going to call here?
Call that
a lane violation.
Yeah.
Perkins has 18 points to lead all scorers.
Derek Sharp's in the game.
And there's a guy you got to front and put a hand in his face because he is just deadly from three-point range.
You just can't rotate his man when you do rotations. You have a 4-man rotation instead of a 5-man. You do that with a lot of real good shooters, you know.
And Sefi Shemesh having a long time, or actually Sami Bachar, a long conversation with Amit Ben David.
Yeah.
We don't know what that was about. It was a very long conversation. And now Ben David sending the message to his coach. He will stay out there. Amit Ben David, 4 points, 3 assists for him tonight.
And Maccabi Haifa in their man-to-man zone. Man-to-man defense, man-to-man zone.
2:15 to go. Oh. Perkins goes for the strip, misses it. Up there, Caspi passes it to Fisher. And Brooks Sales begging for a foul. 2 minutes to go, 5-point game.
Maccabi Tel Aviv in their zone. It's kind of a matchup zone. They line up in the zone, then they match up, and they go man-to-man.
Dixon, out to Sales. He goes to the hoop, floats it up there.
That's a bad shot.
He's hobbling.
Perkins should be running the offense. Dixon should be on the end of the pass, not the other way around.
And Davon Jefferson continues to sit with those 4 fouls. His absence is dearly felt right now. An Eliyahu flick, can't get it. That was actually Caspi taking a page out of Eliyahu's book. Amit Ben David bringing the attack back up. Perkins comes out to take it. Sharp on him. He should be able to take Derek Sharp. Now he's got Dior Fisher on him, the big man. And the foul called on the big man. The former teammates lock in horns once again. Foul number 3 on Dior Fisher. And
Perkins has to make his foul shot.
And he's going to go to the line now.
Both fouls last 2 times.
For a Final Four record, 18th and 19th attempts from the free throw line. He has hit 13 of 17. And he is making his living tonight at the charity stripe. And that one rattles in and out.
Oh, it makes me old, Aaron. It makes me old.
You see the numbers right there. He was 8 for 9 in the first, 5 for 9 in the second. Perkins, a 75% free throw shooter on the year.
And he's going to get a blow. That's a good thing by Avi Ashkenazi, giving him the minute a little more than a minute in this quarter and the between quarters, about a 5-minute break.
And Haifa going to try to survive out there without their two all-stars. Perkins and Jefferson both sitting down right now. Arroyo showing off his dribbling skills. Tough shot, makes it off the glass. He's a very good one-on-one player and very tough to stop, especially when everything you do, you're getting called for a foul. 6-point lead for Tel Aviv. Haifa would not really needs a bucket here. Foul called on Arroyo, so they're going both ways. The refs really calling an over-aggressive game tonight. Lots and lots of fouls called. If you look at the numbers, it is pretty even. 22 whistled against Haifa, 21 whistled against Tel Aviv.
It all depends against who
Circumstance.
and when. That's not, you know, that's a statistic. You know, the two fouls that they call it Perkins within a minute and a half at the beginning of the game changed the whole game.
And the last two fouls on Jefferson changed this half. Ben David will go to the line. He's 2 for 2 tonight from the charity stripe. Benda shooting into a sea of yellow jerseys. And it got to him. Kenny Gershon out there with his assistant, Sharon Drucker. Drucker was coaching in Europe halfway through this season until he was lured back to Israel. Benda misses them both. .31 to go in the third.
That hurts him. He's 4 foul shots in a 6-point game.
And Haifa started out very, very strong from the free throw line. Now, only 70%, 21 for 30. Tel Aviv shooting 68%, 17 for 25. And you see somebody dozing off there. How can you doze off in a game like this?
There's a 10-second difference on the 24-second clock in the end of the third quarter.
Arroyo making his move. No good. Caspi with the rebound. Floats back. Continue to get the offensive board. Dior Fisher. No box out for Haifa. They're going to try and get a bucket here. Ben David, tough shot. No good. Sales gets the rebound. Throws it up. No good. But they're going to call a foul on Sharp. And he is going to go to the line. So Sales will get a chance to shoot here with no time left. An 8-point lead for Tel Aviv as you hear the boos raining in. And that is foul number 4 on Derek Sharp. And Brooks Sales.
You know, it's amazing.
Sore ankle and all.
It's amazing that the Maccabi Tel Aviv fans are booing Sami Bacher. Oh,
and he misses the first one, Brooks Sales.
2 out of 7.
Both teams. And he makes that one. So it is a 7-point lead for Maccabi Tel Aviv here after the third at 65-58. And they've got their work cut out for them. They need to make up a 6.
Brooks Sales is hurting. You see he's limping. His leg is really shot up. And, you know, it's amazing.
You see that Tel Aviv winning that quarter by 3 points. And it is now a 7-point difference, Simi. Obviously, not too big a gap to overcome, but still significant. What do they have to do early in this quarter?
The refs aren't letting you play defense. They're calling everything. So if I was, I'd make them think. I'd go zone, man-to-man, zone, man-to-man. I'll make the other team think.
Right now, it is Maccabi Haifa doing the thinking in their huddle over there. Deron Perkins leading all scorers with 19 points, most of them coming from the free throw line where he has really shooting a ton of free throws there. The leading scorer for Tel Aviv is Carlos Arroyo with 17. He also hasn't had a very good game, but also been to the line a lot. 9 for 10 there.
And we're hurting on the foul line.
Perkins has been there 19 times tonight. He's hit 14 for 74%. That's just about his season average. But those misses sure hurt a lot more when the pressure is a lot higher here. We are 10 minutes away from crowning a new Israeli basketball champion. Last year's winner, Hapoel Holon, eliminated in the first round in a best-of-5 series against Galil Gilboa. They're going to have to enjoy the consolation prize, though, Simi. It looks like among the cheerleaders in their tournament, Holon wins that one. So congratulations to them. And Haifa coming out now with Davon Jefferson, and these are going to be some crucial minutes right here, Simi. He's got 4 fouls. He's been sitting on the bench for a long time. Avi Ashkenazi is going to go for push right now with his best players.
Yeah, Perkins is going to be out there. They're going to go tough.
So Perkins and Jefferson's, Dixon, Mizrahi, and Kujikaro. Kujikaro's got 4. Jefferson has 4. Perkins has 3. Lots of foul trouble out there. And you see Pini Gershon there with the yellow tie, marking his allegiance to Maccabi Tel Aviv. And it is Maccabi ball. We are underway. Less than 10 minutes to go, folks. This is it. Eliyahu on Jefferson, floats it up there, crazy shot, gets the rebound.
It's illegal. He can't shove that. And that's amazing. That's the same thing that happened here before with Sharp, and they didn't call it.
And you know, I noticed something on there too. The move by Eliyahu was a crazy shot, but Jefferson leaning away from him. He is afraid of picking up that foul, and rightfully so. Jefferson moving to the hoop, rejected, takes it again. Will not be denied, Davon Jefferson.
Will not be denied, yes he is. And that's nice to see. Instead of a 9-point game, a 5-point game.
And he comes off the bench there and shows you right away why he is one of the top players in this league and a potential NBA player in the future. Borstein for 3. That hurts.
Malik has to learn how to guard somebody.
Perkins looking for Jefferson. Jefferson's got Caspi on him. He wants him. Makes his move. Fakes. Dixon, now he makes his move. And the ball gets away from Kujikaro. It will be Tel Aviv ball. They're up by 8.
Dixon should know that he doesn't have the hands to catch a pass like that.
And Avi Ashkenazi feels that his entire season on the line here, sticking with Jefferson and Perkins with the foul trouble. They need to produce right now. They have done so all season long. It is their time right now. Arroyo to the hole. They're going to call the foul on Mizrahi and give Arroyo the continuation.
And I'm telling you, go zone.
Let's take a look at it. The bumps right there.
Yeah, Carlos is penetrating all the time. And with these referees, everything's getting a call. So change your defense. Make the other team think.
Carlos Arroyo, 19 points, 4 assists. But I tell you,
Maccabi Tel Aviv fans singing and happy about their team's performance.
And he's got 20 points on only 5 out of 15 shooting. Not spectacular, but they're up by 11. Their biggest lead of the game. 8.5 to go. It is now or never for Haifa. Perkins working. Tough shot.
Oh, the ball was halfway down.
Tel Aviv smelling blood right now. Arroyo continuing to penetrate. He is not giving up the dribble at all here. He is holding on to the ball the entire time.
It's one of his problems.
8 minutes to go in the game. Tel Aviv up by 11. The pass to Eliyahu. Does the Eliyahu flip? Misses it. Perkins.
That should be an intentional foul.
And they're not going to give it to him. They stopped the break there.
The Eliyahu flip, huh?
Hey, it's like the Fosbury flip,
you're right,
you know?
You're right, man. Aaron, I'm with you. You know?
I should get that thing trademarked. And you see the owner there of Maccabi, Maccabi Haifa in soccer, and he may be a soccer man, but he knows an intentional foul when he sees one. Not happy with that call.
Yeah. Alicia Levy is coach. Great guy.
Perkins.
And this is an important offense. You know, they gotta.
Jefferson goes baseline to the hole, misses it. Big shot, takes it to the hole.
I would go to Devon more often. You know, he's the guy that can take this team on his shoulders. It's a 9-point game. You got plenty of time left. You got to dig in and play defense, and you got to rebound defensively.
Caspi with a tough long-range jumper. Gets his own rebound. Nobody boxing out there. Flips it up again. Offensive interference. What? That should have been offensive interference right there. And the foul is on.
Number 8.
That's number 4 on Deron Perkins. Take a look at this again. Fisher, that should have been offensive goaltending. He had his hands almost halfway down the net there. Fisher the line, a big man, but he's an 88% free throw shooter. Excellent shooter. Misses that time.
He heard you.
Well, we do what we can over here.
And that's the lie. Missing that foul shot just shows that it's a lie.
We just had our 4th Bar Rafaeling sighting on our screen.
I'm telling you, you're nuts.
And he makes that one, 16 and 8. Nice numbers there.
10 point. Big time basket now.
And that was Avner Kofel, the leader,
basket.
commissioner of this league, is fiddling with his BlackBerry. So it shows you how much he's into the game. Jefferson making his move. Tough spin, turns around, left hand makes it.
Man can play.
He is possessed.
Man can play. He's a boy at the age, but he's a man in his heart.
He got stuck there. It looked like he was double up from both directions. Turns around, left-handed flip.
Yeah.
And they need everything right now. They are down by 8. They need a stop now.
And a rebound.
Eliyahu inside, misses the layup. Fisher with the rebound.
No basket. No basket, down below.
The foul is on who?
Ido Kushikawa, that's his 5th.
And he's gone. So the first victim of these referees tonight is Ido Kujikaro, and he has finished the game. The captain of Maccabi Haifa, and he sure hopes to make another appearance tonight, hoisting that cup.
It's a television timeout.
72-64. 6:42 to go. If you see Ido Kujikaro again tonight, it will be as the captain of this team hoisting the championship plate. Otherwise, Derek Sharp once again, as he's done so many times before. Kujikaro fouls out of a lot of games.
Visibly upset, because, you know, there are a lot of ticky-tack calls. Unbelievable.
You know, this is a championship game. You want to feel that the best team will be the one who wins it. And good refs. Know to let the players decide the outcome, not the refs.
That's right. That's exactly right. You know, I mean, it's happened to me before when I coached big teams. O.C. Perry elbowed one of my players in the face, cut his face from side to side, and they called an offensive foul and threw him out of the game.
On his face?
On his face, because he hit O.C.'s elbow with his face.
Well, look, when you see the great referees who do in the NBA games, they know sometimes a no call is just as good as a call. Sometimes that's the call. Now let's see the featured matchup tonight between the two stellar point guards. Pretty even there number-wise. Look, though, how they've scored so many points on such awful shooting. 2 for 7, Perkins, 5 for 15. They've been doing it from the free throw line because they've been penetrating time and time again and getting fouled time and time again. And there is that woman again. How can she be falling asleep? This is a championship game. You can't fall asleep in championship games.
Obviously, it really interests her, and her husband made her come here.
Yeah, and she's got one of the best seats in the house. I know a half dozen people who would take that seat from her. One of the cushion seats here with the VIPs.
Stop here would really help. A stop and a rebound.
Eliyahu, Caspi looking to shoot. On Gore Parada, great defender, almost throws it away. Eliyahu there, passes it up to Fisher. He misses the gimme. Porat has the rebound. Haifa getting lucky there. Perkins all the way.
No foul?
No foul, no call there. Perkins tangles with his former teammate. Burstein for three. That hurts a lot. If you are a Maccabi Haifa Heat fan,
11.
it is 11 points there, and Burstein has hit two enormous three-point shots.
And that's what you say. Take what they give you instead of trying to manufacture something. You had a foul line jump shot open all by yourself. What happened here? Number 7.
Foul is called on Arroyo.
Arroyo for what?
We don't know, but that's number 3 on him.
Find out.
And that is the 3rd team foul, or rather the 2nd team foul on Tel Aviv here. 3 on Haifa. The fans chanting Tal Burstein, as you see there. He just pulls up in rhythm and sinks it nothing but the bottom of the net. And they were not finished cleaning the sweat, so they're going to do it all over again. You see Avi Ashkenazi in your picture, keeping his composure.
Mizrahi in the picture, yelling at one of the assistant coach, Ron Drucker, and Avi Evan. Here's David Fetterman. I'd like one of the coaches to come into the courtroom and tell Shimon what to do when he's in court. Shimon's a lawyer.
Mizrahi, Dixon makes his move, throws it out to Porat. They call a travel. The game, perhaps the season, slipping away from Maccabi Haifa right here.
Plenty of time left. You know, they just have to settle down and do it.
The cheering, the jeering continues here at a packed standing room only Nokia Arena. Perkins on Arroyo. Arroyo goes to the hole. Perkins has 4 fouls. He's got to be careful, and it's influencing the defense, but they are down by 13 now.
I don't understand why they don't play. All right, look.
Dixon. Looking to get open, nothing, no movement for Haifa. Dixon all alone to the hole, gets rejected by Caspi. It will remain Haifa ball with 4 on the shot clock. Timeout, Maccabi Haifa. Avi Ashkenazi wants to talk it over. 5 minutes left to go.
Plenty of time to go. It's a 13-point game. It can be done. They just have to start doing it. They're not doing it at the defensive end.
They've got 4 seconds on the shot clock. Perkins and Jefferson, the 2 leading players. Perkins has 19 points, Jefferson has 16. But oh no, each one of them has 4 fouls apiece. And that's been the story so far tonight, Simi.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's problematic when you can't really dig in and play some defense real hard. And that's why I'm saying, Aaron, change it up a little bit, give a different look until you have a basket scored against you. What can I tell you?
Maccabi Tel Aviv, the highest scoring team in the league. They averaged the season 91 points a game. But in their victory in the semifinal, just 72-70. And a lot of people saying they got lucky getting out of that game.
A horrible game. Galil Gilboa just did all the wrong things, and they managed to lose the game. The coach should have played it completely different and guarded the team instead of making fouls, and there was no time left.
Haifa comes back with Perkins, Porat, Jefferson, Ben David, and Mizrahi. 3 Israelis out there. Sales is hurt bad. Kujikaro has fouled out. A stage like this, he's not going to bring in Ben Strong. He has no choice but to go small right now. Avi Ashkenazi, limited tools. He's going to have to do the best he can with what he has.
Yeah, but, you know, you have to understand, Maccabi Tel Aviv goes small, too.
Perkins heaves a 3, almost falls. A 13-point lead for Tel Aviv, under 5 to go, and a hobbling Brooke Sales is going to re-enter the game. Arroyo pushing off Perkins, takes a tough shot. Air ball, almost, just skims the rim.
Get a rebound. Get a rebound. And that's what you had to do. You had to box out, keep people off the boards. Number 10 foul.
But you know, when your top rebounder is injured and the second one is fouled out, and look at Sharp getting into it over there with Brooks Sales, a little pushing and shoving. Tension's getting high, not very happy. Look at that. These teams do not like each other and getting in each other's face too. And some debris thrown on the court as well. And look at Arroyo having words with Brooks Sales, hurling some choice words at each other. Wow, this is as much action as Fisher's gotten since that bar fight.
Yeah, probably. Probably the only action he's got.
Pushing and shoving all around there. Definitely frustration on the side of the Maccabi Haifa Heat.
Well, they're
players.
bad-mouthing each other, and that's bullshit. That shouldn't be happening in a game like this.
Especially with Omri Caspi, they're hooting it up with the crowds.
16-point game.
Not a lot of class there.
Yep.
16-point game. Haifa needs a big score right now. No way, no movement there. Sales. Look at Perkins looking on Sharp. Bodies flying everywhere. Foul called on Sharp. They're not going to give him the shot, though. And that will be foul number 5 on Derek Sharp, if indeed it is on him. And he is gone. And everybody in the arena standing up now, giving a standing ovation to Derek Sharp. A lot of heart, a lot of soul. Arroyo back in the game. And listen to the cheer for Derek Sharp. They love him here. Perkins making his moves. Foul on Borstein. That'll be foul number 4 against Tel Aviv. So from here on in, everything will be a shooting foul. 4 fouls on Haifa too. So.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we're seeing a lot of flops here. I mean, you know, it looks like whale season here. You know, everybody's just going down.
So look at Perkins over there. He has 4 fouls on him, but he sure draws a lot of fouls too. 15 fouls Deron Perkins has drawn today. That shows you a guy who gets a lot of contact, Cindy.
Yep, sure he does, and he takes it well too.
They know they're going to have a long offseason to recover. They're leaving it all out there right now.
Raviv Lemonade in the game for Tal Borstein.
Four minutes, 8 seconds to go. Crazier things have happened. It is not over yet. But it is looking awfully dire for Maccabi Haifa right now. Mizrahi off the screen, fires, no good. Jefferson comes out of outer space to get that one. Back, no foul called. D. Brown. Ball gets away from Caspi. He let it go, and they bailed him out with a foul called. There are just some things you cannot do. That's going to be number 5 on Jefferson, and he is gone, and he is not happy. And he just takes off his jersey in disgust. Let's take a look over there. First of all, he elbowed Perkins in the head. No call on that.
And that's what they were yelling about, that he threw an elbow and hit somebody in the head.
And lots of talking going on. Brooke Sales is saying the foul is on me. They should have called it on me. And they're going to reverse the call. How do you like that?
They didn't reverse the call. They called it against Sales instead of against Devon.
So Sales is indeed called for that foul. And that'll be his
now
third.
They're going again that Devon is out.
Sefi Shemesh or Avi Bachar or one of your favorite guys. So the final ruling is indeed that Jefferson committed the foul. And we are hearing some of the chants here from the bench. The trainer here, the general manager of the team, yelling, "The fix is in, Simi."
The general manager is sitting on the other side. But you
fix
know,
is
they're one
in.
of the trainers. Yeah, you know, it's frustrating. You work so hard, you get beat up, you don't get fouls called. You just look at
Oh, and he drilled him there. Look at that. Brooke Sales drilled Limonade with a pick. A lot of frustration there too. And look at Dior Fisher getting into it with Arroyo talking trash with Perkins. These guys do not like each other at all. Let's see the replay over here. Look at this. Brooke Sales, boom, drilled him. And stares him down too. Gives him a look too, and here's D. Brown going in there. They are lucky they did not get a melee over here with these guys. Take another look at it. Brooke Sales, nice pick, but he threw his arms out there and drilled him.
Nice shot.
He did get a check in there. If this were hockey, that would be a clean check.
That would be 1st and 10 in football.
Exactly. That was a clean hit if you're playing football, clean hit if you're playing hockey. Unfortunately for Haifa, this is basketball right now, and they're in a whole lot of trouble now. Down by 17 with 3:44 to go. At least Brooke Sales let off some steam there. You see the Haifa mascot in your screen, trying to get the fans going here. It'll be a miracle if these guys don't get into a fist fight before this thing is over.
Let's not put word, no, you know, let that go. It's a joke. You sit, you work so hard, you teach guys what to do, comes to the game and they just blow you away. They don't even give you a fair chance.
Arroyo has the ball. He's in no hurry to go anywhere. His team holding that 17-point differential. And this period so far outscoring Haifa 16-6. They have not been able to generate any offense. Limonade backdoor. Sales. 5 on the shot clock. D. Brown. Sales gets it. Look at that. Hard work by Sales. He is limping. He is struggling. And he is leaving his heart out there.
God. Ball slipped out of Bender's hand.
Brooke Sales tonight, 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 110% heart. Three minutes to go. Arroyo Limonade throws it away. Perkins gets it. Pushing. All alone. All by himself. Fouled. And Tel Aviv's in the penalty. He will go to the line, where he has spent a great portion of this evening for his 20th and 21st free throws of the evening.
You know, you have to understand, the people in America, you have to understand that Maccabi Tel Aviv's budget is $27 million. And Maccabi Haifa's budget is 2.5.
And Maccabi Tel Aviv they have this uber competitiveness to them.
Carlos Arroyo costs what Maccabi Tel Aviv costs.
Indeed.
Actually costs more because his agent gets 10% also. Leon Rose gets 10%. So he costs more than the whole club.
Maccabi Tel Aviv, ultra competitive. They take every single loss as a personal affront. Foul called on D. Brown. That'll be his 5th. He will be gone, and Ben David will go to the line. So losing the championship last week to Holon was a real slap in the face of this team. As you take a look there at the mayor of Haifa, Yona Yahav, coming all the way down here to see his team. And he is one of many disappointed people from Haifa tonight. It'll be a long drive back to Haifa this evening. Dror Hajjaj, number 14, making his first appearance of the night. And the foul troubles continue for Maccabi Haifa. And you know what, Simi? In the first, they were shooting, I remember, 90-something% early on in this game. They have just gone ice cold. 63% now. .2:15 to go. 15-point differential. Arroyo with the move, throws it out to Hajjaj in the corner. He'll take the 3. Ice cold, he won't get it. Perkins, all the way, going coast to coast. Tripped up by Caspi.
Caspi did something really dirty.
You know what?
Caspi threw a block. He should get thrown out of the game for something like that. Look at that.
He's a dirty player, I got to tell you. And you got to wonder about his sportsmanship, too. Whooping it up with the crowd. Perkins has taken some shots tonight. And if this is the legacy of Omri Caspi going to the NBA, heading out on a sour note indeed. And the Haifa Heat fans not giving up. Look at them go out there cheering on their team to the very end. Perkins makes that. He's got 21 points on the night, 16 for 23 from the free throw line. It's a 13-point lead. And I don't see Reggie Miller in the distance here.
I do.
Arroyo. Tough shot. Perkins gets it. And Perkins is going to take it all alone once again. To the distance. Foul and the bucket. And wait a minute, Simi.
All of a sudden, it's an 11-point game.
And if he makes this, it will be 10.
And if they make a steal in the basket, it will be 8.
And then Reggie Miller will hop down and do what he did before.
Timeout, Maccabi Tel Aviv. Penny takes a timeout.
There is no quit in Deron Perkins. 24 points for him, even though he's only made that's only his 3rd field goal of the night. And you know Pini Gershon telling his guys it's not over as well.
That's right. Hold the ball, get your 4 corners in, your spacing correct, and play defense, play tough, try not to foul, let the clock keep running.
Deron Perkins, we'd like to check the statistics on this. 24 appearances at the free throw line. That's a Final Four record. Wonder if that's an all-time record here in Israel. He has been at the line consecutively this evening, non-stop. A minute 25 to go.
קהל נכבד, להזכיר לכם, מיד בתום המשחק יערב טקס הענקת הגביע, הקפיאים, טבעות האליפות וכמובן צלחת האליפות לקבוצה האלופה. אנא יישארו איתנו וכבדו את המעמד.
And you see there what everybody's playing for. The golden plate. In Hebrew it says there, men's championship of basketball in Israel, 2008-2009. And it is looking increasingly like that will be hoisted in the hands of Derek Sharp, who's played a great game tonight.
Yeah, he made a couple of nice threes. Got a little crazy and started beating people up, but he made a couple of nice shots.
Perkins gets it. His 25th point of the evening. Now, it's too early to foul, right, Simi?
Yeah, just play hard. No, you can't foul.
You're down by 10. You gotta play hard here.
Play
Get the
hard.
steal.
Tried it now. A trap at half court. There it is. All right.
And they break down the trap. And Caspi out to Arroyo, who's gonna milk as much time as he can here. The shot clock will expire at exactly 1 minute. Caspi for three. Gets it. And that might be the nail in the coffin right there.
That is 4 nails in the coffin.
Perkins, deep, no good, and that'll do it. Under a minute to go. 13-point advantage for Tel Aviv. And they're starting to celebrate here. The fans jumping up and down. Omri Caspi jumping up and down. And you see the hug there between Avi Ashkenazi and Pini Gershon. The dunk by Dior Fisher. The foul on Brooke Sales. And a warm embrace between Pini Gershon, his assistant coach, his captain, Derek Sharp. And you see the security people.
David Fetterman really happy. It's $27 million got him a championship here. Wow.
Congratulations.
Wow. Wow.
So it looks like for Maccabi Haifa, the greatest season in the team's history, but they come short twice, Simi. In the finals of the Cup, they lose last second to Holon, and here tonight losing to Maccabi Tel Aviv. They are a double runner-up in 2008-2009. Sales going all the way. Cannot get it. 30 seconds to go. Horstein. Hajjaj for three. Here is Benda. And he gets fouled by Omri Caspi. And you wonder why, Simi.
Because he's a fool.
And because he's a bit of a dirty player. I got to be honest with you.
He wants to get the applause of the crowd. That could be his last game in Maccabi Tel Aviv, and I hope it is, because that would mean he'll be in the NBA next year.
And despite everything, we wish him all the best here in Israel to make history and become the first Israeli player in the NBA.
Come on, make a foul shot.
Omri Caspi fouls out.
There's Jeff Rosen and Joe, his assistant.
And you couldn't have asked more of an effort from the Maccabi Haifa team. And Barafeli once again getting the curtain call here. Gor Parat coming in. And he's going to come in for Deron Perkins, who will get a well-deserved hand. Perkins getting a hand from everyone. The league MVP, 25 points tonight.
Nice game.
Played his heart out.
And the refs took him out of the game right from the beginning after a minute and a half.
And now Limonad coming in so that Dior Fisher could get a big hand. And he had 19 points tonight.
He was quite dominating. He changed shots. He dominated the boards inside. He played a nice game.
9 rebounds and 19 points.
I would have liked to see if Sales would have been healthy, how the matchup would have been a much different story.
Eliyahu back in. And they're just going to run the clock out here. Kyle Burstein, as the last seconds run out here. Game over, season over. Maccabi Tel Aviv is your champion for 2008-2009. The Maccabi Haifa Heat, your runner-up.
Yep.
They played a great game. They had a great season, Sammy.
Yeah, outstanding player from Maccabi Tel Aviv was Sami Bakar. He was the MVP.
The MVP of the game.
Yep.
And and they'll be talking about it a lot this offseason.
Yep.
The Tel Aviv team. You see it right there, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Israeli champions, and you see the Gada Pini Gershon. Nobody wanted to see that, but hey, it's part of the event. They've got their pre-made t-shirts. Tel Aviv, your champions for the 48th time. It would have been nice, Simi. It would have been nice to have Haifa, another team joining the ranks there. But the complete domination of this league continues for Tel Aviv.
The second half, Maccabi Tel Aviv dominated the team.
Haifa, the runner-up, their first runner-up appearance of the year. The runner-up in the cup as well. And it will go down as a historic season regardless for Maccabi Haifa. Deron Perkins, 25 points. Davon Jefferson, 16 before he fouled out. But they did not have the support they had from the Israelis the game before when they had 6 players in double figures. Tonight, just those 2, Cindy. We remain with you in our broadcast this evening for the ceremonies, the cup, the rings. We hope to have a player join us in our booth here momentarily. And Maccabi Haifa, the players all out here giving a round of applause to their fans. You see the preparations underway here for the award ceremony. And all the Haifa players can do is look on and wonder what could have been, Semi.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they gave a good effort. They didn't play their best game. They started off the first half really well, played well. Second half, it kind of dried up. But, you know, that's part of basketball.
And we are indeed being joined now by Deron Perkins, who joins us here. Deron, 25 points for you. You played your heart out and came up just short. What are your first thoughts tonight as you see the Tel Aviv players celebrating out there?
It's disappointing, man. It's really disappointing. We work hard, and we just didn't execute. We should have won this game, man. I feel I love my team now.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah,
you feel that the ref, Sami Bakar, called 2 quick fouls on you, took you out of the game?
I mean, you don't want to blame it on nobody. They won the game. They called it tight. And that works against us. We're an aggressive defensive team. They're a soft team. So they called it both ways. There's even calls, but the calls were in their favor because, you know, they're a finesse team, so it helped them out.
You picked up 2 quick fouls at the beginning of the game. Jefferson, your sidekick, it goes out with 5 fouls, and you guys had to carry the team today. You had 23, you had 16.
Yeah.
That pretty much sealed the deal, the fouls tonight being called against you guys.
It hurt us, you know. We're not as deep as them, so when we get in foul trouble, it kills us, you know. It takes us out of rhythm.
But out of one part, at the end of the third quarter, you guys shot 2 for 7 from the foul line.
Yeah, I saw
that. Really led.
That gave them a 7-point lead.
Right.
Yeah.
That really hurt.
Like I said, you know.
And also, they were first on the loose balls, rebounding over your guys' backs.
Deron, we're told that we have to let you go celebrate for the team picture with your team. Thanks for joining us. A great season for you. The league MVP, a great season for Haifa. League runner-up. You did a great job, and we were glad to be a part of it.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. God bless.
Regards to your family.
So that was Deron Perkins, the league MVP, and a class act, Simi.
Real class act. Not blaming anybody, not pulling anybody down. You know, he said they called it tight. We're a tough defensive team. We're not as deep as the Maccabi Tel Aviv team is. You know, that's a real classy guy.
He's not going to be one to blame it on the refs. You know, he said we should have won this game. I'm sure we'll be hearing some other voices from the management of the team afterwards. But regardless of that, they came out tonight, Simi, and gave it all they had. Brooks Sales basically on one leg, playing his heart out, leaving everything out there on the court. Jefferson, in the minutes that he could be out there, I mean, he was limited tonight so much by the fouls that, in fact, He only played 25 minutes before he fouled out. And we are preparing here. You see Avi Ashkenazi, the coach, his assistant Elad Hassin, Joe Almodovar, giving him a big hug for a well-played season. And we hope afterwards to have another guest, perhaps from Haifa, join us after they conclude their ceremony. They are now we're waiting for the rings. You see all the suits over there. Avner Koppel, the commissioner, getting booze from the crowd. They're going to announce right now the MVP of the final game, and the announcement to come right now. And Carlos Arroyo is the MVP of this game. Arroyo tonight, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, only 6 for 19 from the field, 10 of 11 from the free throw line,
but he
didn't set the pace.
He didn't turn the ball over very much.
Yeah.
He did a pretty good job. He just couldn't knock down the shot.
So he's worth $2.5 million, huh, Sammy?
What?
He's worth $2.5 million now.
Yeah.
And you see him right there, Carlos Arroyo, number 7, former player for the Orlando Magic, wins the MVP of this final game. And here is Maccabi Haifa to come and get their awards. The captain of the team, Ido Kujikaro, to accept the award for the team. You see them all there getting it, a handshake. There is Kujikaro, followed by Brooke Sales. Kobe Isaac, number 12, didn't get a lot of minutes this year. BJ Mackey, one of our favorite guys, started off the season strong, then buried on the bench. Moshe Mizrahi, huge in the semis. Tal Azulai over there in the street clothes, followed by Gur Porat. And you see over there Jeff Rosen being interviewed by the local television. Todd Golden, Ben David, Malik Dixon, Ben Strong, Tamir Goodman, who played early on in this season. And now he is a member of the management of Maccabi Haifa. Going to take on a job for them, directing their marketing division. Avi Ashkenazi, and of course, the league MVP, the man who was sitting alongside us just a moment ago, Deron Perkins. You couldn't have asked for much more out of him.
Yeah, it's a sad way to end the season, you know, but like everybody says, there's only one, at the end of the season, there's only one team standing. Maccabi Tel Aviv won and deservedly won. I thought it could have been a much better played game by both teams.
And the boos you hear now are for the referees, Semi. They're going to get an award too.
Yeah, the Booby Award.
But the one thing that both fans can agree on tonight is the boos for them. Shimon Mizrahi over there.
Yeah, he got his high heels on.
Shakes the hands to the referees, says the check's in the mail. No, we're just kidding. Can't blame everything on the refs. They've got a hard job to do as well, and they get their awards tonight. And now all that's left is the big cup, the golden cup for Tel Aviv. And there he is, the captain, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Derek Sharp. They're going to get their trophies, and when they finish with this process, they will be hoisting the cup. Rather, the plate. All the plate here. The plate will descend from the rafters. Carlos Arroyo, Raviv Limonad, and Aaron McGee, 2 ex-Naharia players who came here through the season. Trey Simmons in your picture, who didn't get much playing time tonight, but becomes a footnote in history. Sammy becomes the first player in Israeli history to win back-to-back titles with 2 different teams. He was a member last year of that Hapoel Holon team that won it. Sharon Drucker, former head coach in his own right, the assistant for Pini. Gur Shelef, the manager of that team, a former captain and player of Maccabi Tel Aviv. And there he is, Pini Gershon, former coach in Greece, and actually the coach of the Galil Elyon team that took away the title from Tel Aviv in 92-93. Now he is a member of the green franchise, or the yellow franchise rather, and will be wearing that ring. And here it comes, the championship plate coming down.
הסתכלו למעלה איך שצלחת האליפות יורדת ללידה.
Here it comes, the plate to be awarded to the captain, Derek Sharp.
את קפטן מכבי אלקטרה תל אביב, דרק שרף, יחד עם שחקני הקבוצה, לבוא ולקבל את צלחת האליפות מידיהם של שי שני, אבנר קופל ועופר פרי.
We are seconds away from the plate being presented to the captain of Maccabi Tel Aviv. There's the commissioner, Avner Koppel, who will be presenting it. And here comes Derek Sharp, number 6. The captain. And Tel Aviv, the champion for 2008-2009. So Tel Aviv celebrating the championship. And as they do that, we are joined here in our booth by Brooks Sales. Brooks, you played your heart out tonight on one leg. You gave it all you got. How does it feel right now? It came in a close second to Maccabi Tel Aviv.
It always hurts to lose a championship game like this, but to be here, first time being in a top division, to compete with a club like Maccabi Tel Aviv with such a great tradition, I think they're going to have to put us in a category with a great team now. It's just difficult. We did fight. We played hard. Our coach did everything he could. Tonight they were the better team. I take my hat off to them tonight.
And you were hobbling throughout the game, Brooks. You saw you struggling with that ankle, and you just didn't give in. I mean, you kept playing that foul trouble for everyone. Jefferson fouls out.
Yeah.
You just ran out of gas there at the end.
I mean, that's what it takes. I took an injection in my heel to numb up the pain, to try to run. I took another one at halftime. I mean, I had to play with 1 foot if I had to. It's the last game of the season.
One of those refs should have taken an injection in his head.
I mean, yeah, we got some tough ones, but yeah, it was a tough one.
They took Deron Perkins out of the game.
Yeah, early.
Two fouls. They knew what they were doing.
I mean, we never want to say it's the refs, but we had a chance to win it. We were up 12. We lost the lead. And
missed foul shots.
Yeah, we missed a couple free throws. They got a couple transition buckets. And that was the momentum of the game.
Let's look back at this season now that we're wrapping it up. You guys came in second place in the Cup. Last second shot to Holon, second place tonight. All in all, despite how it must feel right now, this has been a historic season for Maccabi Haifa basketball.
Except for the championships games, it's been a great season. We've had a lot of memories, a lot of great wins, a lot of tough losses. You know, just being on the road here in Tel Aviv is just going to be memories we have forever, being in the Final Four, and I was just happy to be part of it.
Well, we thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again next year, long off season.
We got to do a couple more handshakes next year.
I know, you've been doing it before the game all year long. You say it's a good luck charm.
I thought it was going to take me to the end. It did, though. I appreciate it, though. You guys are great.
Well, thank you, Brooks.
Appreciate it.
And thank you very much. Brooks Sales, a workman-like performance tonight. 8 points, 8 rebounds, did everything he could. And we are joined now by Joe Almodovar, Jeff Rosen's deputy, one of the owners of this team, carrying his trophy right here. Joe, you brought the team up from the second division before this year. It must hurt right now, but looking back at it, second place in the cup, second place in the title game, you got to be pretty pleased with the kind of effort that your team gave this season.
I'm extremely proud of this team. They accomplished everything we asked for them. They accomplished it. It was just unfortunate that tonight, you know, our best players got in foul trouble and our team had trouble hitting their foul shots. And it became a foul shooting contest, and Maccabi was a better foul shooting team than we were. And that was pretty much the game as I saw it.
Looking now in the off-season, there's not a lot of places to go up from here except one place. Is that going to be your focus in this off-season?
Our goal will be the same next year as it was this year. You know, we know what we have to do, and I think we'll be ready next year.
There has to be a continuity of the team. There has to be a continuity for the team. Adding a little player here, a little player there, but the nucleus has to stay.
Well, you know, you saw two of the best players in the league, and a lot of teams are going to come after those players, and it's going to be very difficult for us to keep our team. We're going to do everything we can to keep the team and the continuity, but regardless of what happens, we will build a good team next year, and we hope to be back here next year.
Deron Perkins, the league MVP, Davon Jefferson, Sixth-Man Award, Avi Ashkenazi, Coach of the Year. You guys picked up all the awards you could have, and that title game, that championship, oh so very close.
You know, it's amazing. We did all of these things, you know, but we finished second every time in the cup and tonight, you know, so you feel proud of the accomplishments, but there's always that sense of disappointment that you didn't finish the whole job complete like we wanted to. I thought we were going to do it tonight. I told our team we would do it. I really believed it. We were up by 12. We were controlling the game. And all of a sudden it became a foul calls here and a foul shooting contest. And that was it, you know.
Joe, thank you very much. Good luck. Have a great off-season. We will see you again next year in another season of Maccabi Haifa basketball.
Thank you both.
Simi, that'll do it for us. A long season. It's been a pleasure to work with you. We've had a lot of ups, a lot of downs. We made it this far, and looking forward to coming back next year.
I feel I've given birth 6 times. You know, we've had a really good time, and like you said, there were some downs where we were really bumped out because of the injuries and the team wasn't functioning properly. We got to give a lot of credit to the management and the coaches that they brought them out of that funk and brought them into where we've gotten now. And Aaron, it's been a pleasure to work with you. I really enjoyed it. And you know what? Working for Maccabi Haifa Heat, the whole atmosphere and the whole thing makes it a lot more easy and a lot more pleasurable. And I want everybody to know that the people behind the scenes, like Abela and Yoav, people that you people don't know, who work hard all day long to make this a very good program, and I think they've succeeded.
Well, thank you, Simi.
You know, one of the problems is I didn't lose enough weight.
Well, there's always goals for next year.
All right.
And on that note, we thank you for a season of Maccabi Haifa basketball. It has been a pleasure. On behalf of Simi Rieger, I am Aaron Heller saying good night. Maccabi Tel Aviv is your champion for this season. We'll see you again next year on another season of Maccabi Haifa basketball. Good night.